And if you don't know what that sound is, that's my wallet just dying over the course of the next 12 months, man. What's goody, everybody? Hope all y'all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of No Cooldown Podcast, man. We had to skip last week. We took a little breather and let all these different conferences soak in. Everybody in the live chat, we see you. What's going on? And of course, we're here with a new little look, you know what I'm saying? Doing some nice little things here and there. Nice little layout, you know what I'm saying? Updated some shit right here. And we are here, of course, with my podcast partner in crime, as always, WenEazy the God. WenEazy, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm chilling. It is a packed day for me, but we're here. We're live.
Facts. Packed day with a PS5, bro. You already know what time it is, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. I definitely have it. Like, you know, I have the controller right here charging.
Oh
and this
my
is the,
gosh.
This is the one that I bought when the first control, when the console dropped. I bought one because I was like, I need to look at this every day to remind myself to get one of these bad boys. But we got it. It's lit. I would pick up the PlayStation, but it's heavy.
Vindicated. This nigga's vindicated, bruh. Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen it, man, go check out WenEazy's Twitter, because this man posted possibly the funniest pick of the month. This man was sitting there like Kobe and he had the chip. He had the whole championship. It was some of the funniest shit ever. I'm still laughing off that. But yeah, he told y'all to get y'all money up, broke boys, and have fun out there. But yeah, this is a really, really kind of long episode. We can kind of get through it though. We had a lot of shows drop over the past, few days. A lot of showcases, a lot of games came out. But first, before we get into any of that stuff, make sure y'all rate this podcast 5 stars, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are on Anchor. We are on Google. We are on Stitcher. Make sure you go hit up all those links. Make sure you support us. Make sure you share the stream. Make sure you share the podcast. Get on it, man. Get on it, man. We're trying to get up out there, man. Listen, we need to buy more PS5s and stand on broke boys. That's all I'm saying. That's what we need to do. But we got a few stories to get into before the main shows, so we're going to get into some of those. When are you ready, sir?
Born ready.
Man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into some of these stories. So first up, this week we got a celebration stream for the 15th anniversary of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Shout out to them. And in that quick presentation, we got confirmation that they will reveal the next step in the franchise in September. Now, with rumors of a large-scale experience labeled AC Infinity and a smaller AC game being rumored, across the way, the speculation is pretty much ramping up again. What's next? What are we gonna see in this next Assassin's Creed title? What's going on, Wen? How you feel about it?
I think that I don't know what they're gonna do for this small scale. I don't want to say it's gonna be a phone game. I really hope that AC Infinity isn't going to be a phone game. I don't know why. That's just what I feel like Ubisoft likes to do, is like, what makes the most money? And they're like, oh, is it NFTs right now? And it's like, I don't know. So like they're definitely in the mobile market a good amount. I hope AC Infinity. I really hope they're not promoting a mobile game, because that's really only going to destroy the fandom. Like, there's no way, right? Like, so we all agree there's no way.
No.
I think the only thing I think I could see Assassin's Creed finally doing is something that they should have done a while ago, and that was making a Assassin's Creed game with ninjas, or like samurais or something. And I think that after the success of what's the word for it?
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes, that's the game. I literally have it downloaded. Yep. After the success of Ghost of Tsushima, they wanted to go, and I think that they saw that, wow, you can have a cool stealthy game without having like big buildings to climb on, especially after doing Valhalla. I don't see them not going this angle.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they go that route, they now have to compete against Ghost of Tsushima, because you're not going to make a game about ninjas and then think to yourself, oh, they're not going to remember that one amazing ass game. Like, come on, bro. We're gonna compare. That's the beauty. That's what video game culture is. We're just gonna compare shit to shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm like, where do you even go from here? I did Valhalla. What you gonna do? Like early 1900s, World War I? You're gonna just skip forward in time? I don't think that's gonna be the case. I feel like it's either gonna be this giant. It's either gonna be AC Infinity, or it's gonna be that that take on like a feudal Japan, like with the ninjas and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to be one or the other, but I'm leaning like 60-40. It's gonna be AC Infinity, man. I feel like they're, again, with the court stuff that they're doing, the little NFT, little project stuff that they're trying to include, they've been waiting to kind of ramp up a huge project that allows them to be live service and can input some of the things that they've been working on behind the scenes into their game. So I was thinking that it's really going to be towards AC Infinity. I don't know what's going to look like. Again, I miss multiplayer, but if they're going to do it that way with a lot of different, microtransaction, certain things in there, I don't know how I feel about it. But that's what my money's on. If I was a betting man, I'd say 60-40 towards, it'd be 60-40 towards the AC Infinity, which sucks.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything, and I really haven't heard anything either. Like, I heard good things about Valhalla on release,
Yeah.
but I literally didn't hear much after like the first week. So I don't really like. I'm not saying that it's not gonna be a good Assassin's Creed game. We'll see what happens. But I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Brotherhood. I think was the last one that I was actually like, oh, let me get my hands on this. So we'll see. Maybe it might be my return to form, but it probably will not.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, all right, listen, let me I take a detour real quick. It's impromptu. Shout outs to Negus in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Dropping a random link in there for us to look at. We just saw a whole new piece of news come out, like literally earlier this morning, that apparently Avatar, not the blue people, the actual Avatar, the real one, the number one Avatar, The Last Airbender. We have 3 animated films that are going to be in development from the original team. So according to some sources, we have some of the people that worked on The Legend of Korra and who is it? Eric Coleman, who served as the executive producer and production manager on The Last Airbender series. So they got the OG team back, or a lot of pieces from the OG team, and they said they got 3 animated movies, so it's not live action. I'm feeling good about this now. Wait a minute, what's going on, Wen?
I think that's pretty gas. Mostly because I think that the Avatar world was just not. There's more that you could do there. And I remember when they announced the live action movie. Well, I didn't care about the live action movie. I was young. I was like, cool. And then I was like, oh, this shit sucks. And then now that I'm an adult, they were like, oh, live action Avatar. I was like, why do we keep having to rehash things? Like, there's ways of making money off nostalgia without redoing the same exact thing. And this is I don't want to say this is a perfect example, and then like a few years later find out that this shit sucks. So I'm gonna say this is an example of taking what we have and like moving it in a direction. Like, we like Avatar, let's see some new stories. There are a few areas I would love for them to cover. I remember in one of the episodes of Korra when she meets up with the first Avatar. I cannot remember their name. Not Kyoshi, but like whatever the first Avatar Wan or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember when he, at the end of that like little episode or saga, we see him like on a battlefield dying. Like, I would love to see what led up to that. I would love to see areas, maybe even like having movies about like what the other kingdoms did in all this time, because you're not going to sit here and tell me that the Fire Nation was the only nation to ever do anything bad. Like, what if you had like an Earth Nation?
You know,
like the bad guy in this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be sick.
You can't tell me that a Dai exists and then these men weren't bad at some point. Like, come on now.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have secret police and be the good guys all the time.
What happened to all these bloodbenders? Why are they just gone out of a sudden? Why they outcasted? What's happening? But you know what I'm saying? What's happening? Like, I really, really am happy. I'm happy, and I am restored in hope. Oh shoot. Hold on, wait. For those of y'all that do not know, we are joined by a special guest. We got to cut, you know what I'm saying? This is real impromptu, but we does this. It's all good. Listen, one of the 3 founding members, if y'all do not know of No Cooldown, man, the King is in the building. Shout outs to King. What's going on? Kxngviii, he's back. What's going on, man?
My liege.
I'm good. Thank you. Hi, guys.
What's going on, man? How you been?
I'm tired.
I feel that, bro. That's definitely felt, man. But listen, we really do appreciate you, if you know what I'm saying, take some time out, coming back on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since we seen you. But what's it called? Ages. A minute, dog. A minute. And I know we came in just to cover some of the stuff, but we'll get to more of this, you know what I'm saying, more of the gushy stuff at the end of the show. But right now, we were just talking about the Avatar series. So basically, they got a lot of the original pieces of the original shows and Korra to come work on the new 3 animated movies that's on the way. So how you feel about that?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they just got it's
when
coming
the
through.
hell did they release that information?
11:43 today.
Jesus. I think they should leave it alone. They should just leave it alone.
They really?
I think so.
I respect that.
I don't trust any. I
fully
don't. I
respect
don't
that.
trust anyone anymore. I just don't. I don't care.
Yo,
I don't trust anyone.
I'm not mad at that. I'm honestly not mad at that, bro. I will say I am interested because they have the original team, but they also they kind of put the little hint. It's an Avatar Airbender universe, so I mean they could go like on some Mandalorian Beyond the Skywalker Saga shit and just
That's
go kind
another
of somewhere
beef.
left.
Stop the universes. Blow up all the universes. Stop. We don't need them.
That's also another problem for another day, bro. Yo, this man came in on smoke immediately, bro. I'm trying to be positive in this bitch. I'm trying to be positive for 1 second.
Don't need universes.
Uh,
Just give us
listen,
good solo stories that we can
not
enjoy and
not
leave.
wrong, but niggas trying to
Speaking my
make money.
language.
Then he's not wrong about that. But listen, for what it's worth, from the devastation that was that live action M. Night Shyamalan stuff, I would be open to seeing what's going on. I'm happy that they at least got some original pieces for it. I'm interested to see what it is. And if it's ass, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's tough. We really had everything and it's still garbage. But we gonna see about it, man. We gonna see. All right, let me move forward. Okay, so this was like an ironic ass piece of news this week. I just want to gloss over it really quickly. So Netflix announced that a season 2 of the Squid Game is coming back, right? And at the same time, they kind of like opened a casting call because they apparently said and unveiled that they're hosting a real life Squid Game competition. So Netflix is going to host a reality series where 456 contestants are going to be in a Squid Game type of situation, and they have a grand prize of 4.56 million. What's that doing for y'all? What's going on?
Sounds like Twitch.
This is what's gonna happen. I feel like they're gonna do it, and they're gonna have Mr. Beast host it because like he kind of already did that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're bringing him," and like it also.
I don't think he'd accept though.
You don't think he would?
I don't think he'd accept. I don't think he would do it because they'd have all these rules and regulations, and he doesn't do rules and regulations.
You're
not
know
wrong.
What? You might be right, but I just think that it's funny that they kind of like made the first they paid for the first Squid Games and then like missed the point of the entire show by having a real life Squid Games, and it's just capitalism at its finest. Personally,
Yeah,
I thought
100%.
Squid Games was good with 1 season. People are gonna be mad at me because everybody hates loose ends in this world. But I was like, yo, this is fine. Like, this was a great show. Like, we don't need any more. Like, I get it that he's gonna go back and fight him or whatever, but like, we could just leave that up to the imagination. And people are like,
Literally.
no, I need concrete answers about what he specifically did. Like, all right, whatever, bro. This is gonna.
What is he gonna
and-
do?
You know
Dye
what I'm
his
saying?
hair back to black and just shoot up the place?
He's gonna keep finding people that are making bets on the street and like, oh, where's the guy? Like, they could just. There's so many ways they could just not fuck with him, and like, it's whatever. I'm gonna let Squid Games go from being like a really good show to overall being mid, and then everybody's gonna be upset, and I'm gonna be like, you guys asked for this.
Yeah, this is kind of connected with the last point inadvertently, but yeah, some things, I'm not saying I'm not excited for everything, but some things do not need no extra shit. I will say that. I feel like Squid Game is a big case where it's like, yeah, you really didn't need to kind of jump off of that, honestly. I feel like just because Netflix is like, yo, this shit made so much money, we gotta go back in. They getting greedy. With this stuff. Simple as. And, you know, it's gonna muddy with, I guess, the legacy of the show or the impact of the show, whatever you want to call it. And to top it off, they just like, let's not even pretend like we even watched our own show that we put on our platform and just put a competition with money behind it about the same premise of, like, you know, capitalistic bullshit that people got to deal with. Let's just start out the window, bro. Let's throw this money up. That's real stupid. I ain't gonna lie. They here for this bag and nothing else. Man. That's freaking insane, bro. That is freaking insane. But yeah, Netflix, y'all niggas wildin'. But I know some people gonna sign up for that money, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Netflix is losing bad money at the moment, so.
Yeah, where are they getting 4.6 million? Oh wait, I forgot. They cut all the animated budgets.
Exactly. They was. That's all anime right there. That's all them anime shows in that budget, bro. Each week.
You know what was good though? The latest Love, Death and Robots.
That was good.
I heard people. I have to watch it still, but people said that was a good return to form.
Yeah, no, it was actually really enjoyable.
Where I'm about to say, how many episodes in it?
8.
Was it 8?
Yeah, the number is still low, like season 2, but it was better than season 2 in my opinion.
Yeah, like the individual stories, each of them were like, okay, this is interesting. Apart from the last one.
I actually like the last one a lot though. But it's one of those shows where like you will like shit that other people won't
Yeah.
like. It's a good show.
It's all preference. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'm gonna definitely look back into that one. Okay, cool. On to the next story, real quick. There was some movement on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game this week at the Xbox Extended Game Showcase. As the first trailer was shown off, we got a lot of claustrophobic looks of the iconic house in Texas, riddled with all the traps, the stealthy approaches, a few of the survivors or victims, whatever you want to call them, and the murderers. And it looked real gritty, man. They had some executions. This old man was like tearing somebody from the half up. Again, there's like asymmetrical multiplayer gameplay, so a 2v3 type of situation. Do you guys see the trailer? What y'all think of that?
Put it in the bin.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw it and I was like, ah, man, cool. I'm just gonna keep going. Like I ain't really like the movies. I'm not really gonna like the game. I'm not a big scary guy.
No,
Bro,
that's
I'm
fair.
genuinely tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I don't need
Kxngviii missed
blood chainsaws. I don't need Dead by Daylight. I don't need whatever all those other games and that genre. Just go, just leave.
Yeah, we missed you on the show, bro. Oh no, dead ass, bro. This man picked up everything.
I love this.
I can't even say.
Hey.
Nah,
I like it.
nah, bro. Y'all really wildin', bro. The Wonder Twins in this bitch, bro. Oh my gosh, it was great. It's fucking great. Anyways, this is great. I missed this right here. This is wonderful. Anyways, I think it's all right. But again, what it's gonna do to keep differentiating it, I think maybe the smaller map style might help it to kind of break through the duck and kind of break through the glass. I guess the glass ceiling of being a horror multiplayer game nowadays. But this is gonna be tough. I feel like it'll be like a pretty niche game, like again, like a Friday the 13th and, like one of them joints, but it might not really break, through that mold. I don't think personally. The asymmetrical game looks cool. The 2v3 actually would make some pretty dope moments instead of just one person being the killer. You have two people coordinating and stuff. I feel like that would make for some dope content creation moments, but you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a jumpy nigga, so I'm not going to be playing this off rip unless somebody buys it for me or like I'm just somehow persuaded into it through a bunch of friends. I'll play it, but otherwise, it's cool.
I wouldn't
it
play
is
this
what it
if
was.
you put an RPG to my head.
Oh my gosh. A whole explosive device next to your forehead.
You could kill me and everything in the surroundings. I'm not playing this game.
Bet. That's it on that. All right, cool. All right, next up, before we get into all the main shows, we had a new update on the new anime series based on the world of Cyberpunk 2077 called Edge Runners. That's in development, and we did get a trailer for it. It's being developed by Studio Trigger, who made Kill la Kill and Little Witch Academia, and is dropping in September of 2022. So, I mean, I'll start with Wen, man. I know you voiced a little bit of your thoughts on the timeline when you saw this. How you feeling?
I think this game deserves nothing, and if there was something less than nothing, I think it deserves that. This game made Sony change its refund policy. Like, I don't think people understand that weight right there. Like, how bad your game has to be for Sony to be like, yo, you know what? We'll fix this. That's crazy. So I don't understand why the fuck we keep acting like the game was good. Like, these people are willing this game into like some kind of a franchise. And I get it. Keanu Reeves was in it. He's cool. But what the fuck does that have to do with the game not working for an entire year? Like, and now the fact that like, yo, we're getting a cyberpunk show. You know that the cyberpunk genre was a thing before this game was ever made. Like, you could have just made a anime based in a cyberpunk world
and not called it Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not connected it with a bad.
You could have literally called it Edge Runners.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You just cut off the brand name. You're not wrong.
But sure, I guess this game is cool, and like everybody wants to act like this game is good now because it's good now, but this game came out in 2020. It is 2022. Like, this isn't some like No Man's Sky story, because that's what a lot of people like to compare it to. No Man's Skies worked. It was a game that was working. It sucked, but it worked. This game did not work. They shipped a literal piece of shit to you. Like, they gave you a CD. Imagine like that. It blows my mind. And then that same game got nominated for an award. what award? How did y'all fucking play this to think that this shit, like, how did y'all even play it to even consider it for
It's
anything?
like they sold you a film camera and put the film in the microwave.
Like, and then they're just like, no, but it's good now though. Like the $60 it was an investment. Like, motherfucker, I could take $60 and put it into anything, any other stock, and I would have got more out of that shit than this fucking game. Like, that was a 2-year pre-order. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Welcome to the most negative podcast on the internet. Nigga. Let's go.
No positive.
Hey, yo, no
positivity.
no positive podcast. That's crazy, bro. You getting a stat boost from Kxngviii here, bro. That's crazy. Y'all both y'all amped up. This is but for me to voice my opinion, I don't care about this, bro. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to say, damn, what we talking about? Battlefield? Battlefield's not even on the show notes, bro. Don't even say that. Don't even say that, because I'm gonna get negative too. I'm gonna join right with them. That's a whole different thing, bro. That's a whole different thing.
Why don't we overlay this podcast with some Battlefield 2042 gameplay?
No, we definitely
and want me to automatically crash my stream? My shit's already sensitive as it is. Like, what the fuck? We're not gonna do that.
King wants to put all of 2 minutes of gameplay on the podcast.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna change. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna play Battlefield.
I swear to God.
I
swear to God. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. But listen, I'm just saying, bro. Like, again, like 2 minutes of gameplay and half that's gonna be. So I don't know. Do what you will with that information. That's not even on the show notes. You still getting slandered. Battlefield, give Win his $90 back. Give Win his 90 back. Anyways. Y'all killing me, bro. Y'all killing me. All right. Listen, let's get into the main shows, starting with Devolver Digital. So it was a really interesting and funny show Devolver Digital had. They're, as usual, really, really funny, zany style of delivery, man. They had like a theme of, I guess, the game industry was continually being consolidated, and like they had like get some warning signs before disaster struck, and they all got kind of morphed into one singular game or game studio or something like that. They showed a couple games in between all the skits and whatnot, and there was some really interesting ones. So let's run through the 4 games that were shown off at the Devolver Digital Showcase. First and foremost, we had Kxngviii. And now this expanded version of an itch.io game is a fast-paced FPS where you're using the world's deadliest feat to kick doors, gangs, and everything in between with an upgrade system to take this to the max across the levels in the slums, the clubs, and everywhere else. So this is coming in 2023. How did y'all feel about Kxngviii?
Shit's gas. I'm buying it day one.
I haven't actually seen it.
I'm about to say check that. Yeah, check it. I'm about to say check that link, bro. Check that link. It looked mad interesting. I'll chime in.
FPS. It's like FPS Hotline Miami.
Pretty much, like literally, it's like it's so fast paced. Like this man literally started the whole level off. The trailer started with them busting the door down and getting right to it. I'm like, you know what? This is high octane. I like this. This right here is really really cool.
You know what this reminds me of? Fuck.
What?
What's that? What's that banana game, bro?
My Friend Pedro?
Yeah, but like
okay,
that.
but like
it's like that, but not that.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
The pace, yes, but the perspective, no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
the pace, 100%.
I can see that. I can 100% see that. It just looks really, again, like vibrant, colorful. Motherfuckers getting kicked in their face. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on this because it looked really really fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it looked really interesting. I definitely say that. I'm about to say when you day one copping or not.
I already applied for the creator program for every game they announced. I want all the games that they announced because they were all good. The shit was nuts. I loved the trailer.
Is this game dropping on Switch?
No, I don't think so. No.
That's tough.
I hope not.
Tough.
That shit would be nuts. That shit would stutter. It would be crazy.
Yeah. Nah, man. Shout out to all the foot fetish people out there. They're gonna love this game. Pre-order that now.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, no, I need that Steam Deck, bro. I need that. I'm telling you.
Elgato actually rules the world. How can I type in Steam Deck and see Stream Decks?
Bro, it's that keystroke error. They bullshitting on you. But yeah, I'm very excited for Kxngviii. I will say that. It looks like a really, really fun experience. And yeah, honestly, it was pretty solid. Good way to start the conference off. Next up was the Plucky Squire. Now, this, to me, was a really, really sleeper trailer. I think people was catching on mad late to this. So The Plucky Squire is basically a 2D/3D adventure game that centers around an animated adventurer named Jot, who can leap from the pages of a 2D book into a 3D world, and he's basically doing anything from extensive platforming to like punch out style boxing. The seamless transitions from 2D to 3D were like super dope, and I feel like I think somebody pointed this out on Twitter. Like the more you saw the trailer, you were like, "Oh, this is the game." Oh no, the game does this too. Oh, the game does that too. Oh, it opens up like this. Like it kept unfurling, and it was a fire trailer. I am super excited for this one. How do y'all feel about The Plucky Squire?
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, it looks
does
really
look
good. It looks like that Legend of Zelda game from a while back that Nintendo like remade, and they were like, "Yo, what if we took that shit and like made it not Nintendo?" And
I'm trying to think of what game. Kind of like if it's very different, but it's still kind of similar to Paper Mario in terms of
yeah,
you
literally
go through
same
the
premise. Yeah,
different perspectives.
Like, literally hitting different perspectives and stuff like that. It just like again just took it to the notch with more 3D-ish animations and stuff in between. Like he just goes into the room and runs. I think this is gonna be a really like a dope game. Like it's gonna be well received by the critics. It's gonna be like a good game that maybe not a lot of people catch on to it first on release, but it's heat, bro. This is definitely one of my favorites from every showcase. This is like up there for me, 100%.
Thanks.
Word. Moving on to Cult of the Lamb. Now, this was a really interesting showing. So, Cult of the Lamb basically centers around you building a settlement of underlings to literally just you make a cult, bruh. You're a dead ass a lamb and you dead ass make a cult. You just recruit people. You're building all your settlements and stuff like that, and you're basically just getting to the action as well. And like it's kind of like not an arena fight, but just kind of like a beat 'em up type of game where you're fighting demons, monsters, and you're just growing your influence and clout in the cult world. You could marry some of your settlers. Like it was a wild like 1 minute 30-second trailer. It was super interesting. It's coming out August 11th on all platforms. What do y'all think of Cult of the Lamb?
I can't wait. You don't want it? That's crazy.
He said one.
I want 3
Fire for
copies. That shit is nuts.
I'm interested actually. I don't usually play the type of like, like the life simulator type games where it's like, what's it called? I forget the style of game like that, but you know what I mean? Like you're building stuff, you're building communities and whatnot.
Like Harvest Moon and shit like that?
Yeah. But then they combined it with the action elements. And I'm like, yo, this is super interesting. I'm not even mad at that. And I like the blend. Again, if they really are good with balancing that, like the action elements of it. It's not survival. It's more so it's like again action, but it's like oh my gosh, like a Fallout shelter. Base building. Thank you.
It's literally base building with roguelike elements in it. So like basically you'll go into like these dungeons and fight shit, and when you die, you go back to your place, but whatever you like did in there affects like the people that come, like the people that follow you, the weapons you unlock, shit like that. Yeah.
It looks super interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested in looking at when that comes out. August 11th. So yeah.
Yes.
If there's kind of a dry period, I'm gonna definitely push this up in the rotation and see what's going on with Cult of the Lamb. This actually might be a cool like guilty pleasure game that's play off to the side by myself. I don't know. We gonna see though. All right.
My emails are open, Devolver. My emails are open.
Listen, you see them numbers, Devolver? See them numbers?
I'm just saying, people are watching the trailers. They want to see me play the game, Devolver.
I'm about to say,
what the hell is Minecraft Legends?
Hey, this man's looking down the notes. Hey, we'll get to it in a second. You better start watching those. Anyways.
The only reason I said that is because it came up on the recommended video. I was like, what?
Hey, listen. I was confused as shit too, but we gonna get to that. I promise you gonna get to that. All right. Last story real quick of the Devolver Digital Conference. We had a new game called Skate Story. Skate Story is basically a visually striking fantasy skating adventure title that lets you grind and ollie through a distinct art take of an underworld setting. King is booing, but it's coming out in 2023 nonetheless. How do you feel about this one? We'll start with King. What's going on, bro?
I don't want it.
I mean, that's fair. But you don't want to play the Ollie world?
Skate XL. I don't care if it's Ollie. I don't care if it's Tony Hawk. I don't care if it's Aaron Jules Hamoki. I don't want it. If it ain't Skate made by EA, I don't want it.
I want 3 copies. Devolver Digital, my email is open. I'm just saying.
He's CCing that shit on everyone.
I'm just
Fair.
Devolver, baby, right here.
fair, bro. It looks interesting, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm at the two extremes here. I'm leaning more towards the skate. I'm leaning towards the skate fanatic right here. But I mean, it might be a cool one to watch. I will say it visually looks pretty dope, but I probably wouldn't pick it up, honestly.
Bro, if I went to play this game, I'd just strap some neon lights to my skateboard and go
Oh
skate
my
in a
fucking
tunnel.
gosh. How is tunnel gonna be the underworld, bro? So that's it. This oh my. Listen. All right, whatever, man. But real quick, let's give a rating of the Devolver Digital show on a letter grade scale. How do y'all feel about what the Devolver Digital put out?
9. Amazing games. I just don't want to play them.
That's fair. That's fair.
I feel the same way. Definitely like you said. Like, is it like number or letter? Does it matter?
This man went number. So we're gonna go 9 out of 10. He immediately went against the grain.
I'll go 9. I'll go 9 as well because I think this was probably the best one because it was like 20 minutes. They showed me the trailers. They had some funny jokes in between, and we moved forward. Like we went there all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say 8.5. I'm gonna definitely say 8.5. It was definitely up there. I just didn't really care for skate.
They definitely learned from the summer games on.
Oh
they
yeah, 100%.
Relevant conversations. My God.
Yeah, they were just Devolver knows what the demographic is. They understand this time period of how lengthy these conferences are and what the ethos of them are, and go immediately opposite of whatever that is to bring a really enjoyable, just presentation. Again, it was 20 minutes, 4 games, but the content in between was enough to keep you engaged. Like you get a couple laughs out of it. Pretty solid. It was definitely high up there, 8.59 territory. I'm with it. That's fair. Moving forward to the Capcom showcase that happened on Monday, we're going to run down the list of what happened. First and foremost, we're looking at Exoprimal. We got an extended look at the new PvPvE dinosaur shooter, and a ton of details came with it. First and foremost, we have game centers. The game is centering around a team that's basically guided by a vicious AI named Leviathan, who's the source of all the dinos spawning in the maps. He wants all this data for battles and whatnot to make, I guess, his defense better. You have several modes in there like Dinosaur Call, which is a basic hunt, VTOL defense, like defend a computer, data key security, energy take, Omega Charge, a couple modes in there similar to like push the payload. You have several classes to pick from, like a sniper class, fire-based, tank, support, etc. And the game is coming out 2023 on all platforms and last-gen platforms as well. Thoughts on Exoprimal?
Might as well just play Ark. It's free right now on Steam.
Oh shit! Why you say that, bro? They got mechs in there. They got mechs. Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I think there are robots in Ark. They're in a map.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, they got a lot of. There's a lot going on in Ark, but that's further down. We'll talk about that when we get to that part.
Yeah.
But I was actually disappointed by this because I was like, yo, this is gonna be a sick 4v. I thought it was just like me and the boys are just gonna get together, shoot dinosaurs. It's PvP, man. This is not the game that I want to play PvP. I don't want to get sweaty shooting dinosaurs, bro. This shit looks like it's gonna be hella annoying. And on top of that, I got to deal with other people trying to sabotage me, bro. I'm pretty good off. Like, imagine shooting all these fucking dinosaurs to get to the objective, and then somebody snipes you from across the map with a crazy loadout. Like, I'm off that, bro. I'm not playing that shit. Are you crazy? I'm good. Yeah, I got it.
I'm not even gonna front. The more I thought on what you said something similar to that when we were looking at it and stuff, and I was like, I don't know what he means by that. Like, why would it be so difficult? But now, like, I looked at the trailer and it's like you basically start 2 teams at a different point, but you're in the same map and you're just racing towards the same objective, or you're pushing it, whatever. So it's basically kind of like Overwatch with dinosaurs, and then sometimes the dinosaur is the objective. So it's just gonna be mad annoying to get from certain points. My opinion
Have you
of this
ever been
has
third
lessened
party
it.
by Prowlers?
Yeah,
That's exactly how this game is gonna feel.
Yeah, like you're gonna be trying to fight the Prowler, and then the one fastest moving mech is gonna come and kill your healer, and now you're fucked. You're like, what the fuck? The healer's dead, and the guy just fucking did a crazy boost jump back to his base or whatever the fuck. And you're like, cool, fucking great gameplay. Why can't we just have people fighting dinosaurs? That was a sick ass fucking. That was an awesome concept off the rip. And now we're just like, nah, let's make them fight each other. I already fight enough people in my life.
Yo. The negativity in this episode is unmatched.
Get me on fucking Stardew Valley, bro.
That's fucking great, bro. That's great. All right. Exoprimal, I'm still interested. I want to see how it runs. I signed up for the closed network test. It is now open on their website. You know what I'm saying? If they got some know what I'm saying? Career program, you want to get somebody in. I get in where I fit in. But that's not the point. Looks cool. We'll move on to the next one. We got Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. We got some details on the latest expansion, which will include the return of the jungle map from Monster Hunter 2, monster reveals including the return of Daimyo Hermitar, Espionage, Pyarachna Kadaki, and Gormagala from Monster Hunter 4, alongside more free content updates that will drop in the fall, winter, and next spring. Sunbreak is set to release June 30th of this year. So, King, you said it looked good. I'm about to say, how you feel about the rest of it? What caught your eye?
But I enjoy watching people be happy play this game.
Yeah. I do play the game. I haven't played this game in a minute, but I'm definitely still copping this DLC, because Monster Hunter is one of those games, like, if you're a Monster Hunter fan, you can buy one game and you'll have enough like content to play for a long ass time. The expansions are always good. They always bring new things that are like benefit the community. Like, they're very tapped in. It looks good. The only issue I had with this was that, like, I just felt like it was like a little too long, because they would show you, like, they would show you demo, that there's going to be a demo, and they'll show you a little bit of gameplay of the demo. And then right after they showed you that trailer, they would talk about exactly what you just saw. And it's like, I just saw this. I can read the screen, you know?
Facts. It was like they were double dipping.
Yeah, so like it's not bad, but it was just like the actual format of the showcase could have been like, you could have cut this down a little bit.
Yeah,
but it looks really good.
Not wrong. And we can get to the overall thoughts of the showcase, but then the frames were an issue. I'm not necessarily playing this. I don't really play Monster Hunter like that. I did want to get into it at one point, but I just don't. I don't have a Switch. I mean, I wasn't playing certain ones on PC. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about playing certain ones on PC. But honestly, I might look into it at one point if there's like some point in the summer where I'm bored or my backlog is just somehow opened up. I'll definitely give it a look though. But again, free content updates, you really can't be mad at it. Solid showing. I give him that. Okay. And then pretty much the last thing, yes, there was like a fucking, like 3-minute stint of Street Fighter 6. Like, hey, we got more content coming, but we're not going to show you it today. So I didn't put that on the notes. So don't even worry about that. The last major point was Resident Evil. A lot of Resident Evil stuff dropped. We gonna get into it, bro. We gonna find out why you yawning in a second. Hold on. So basically, first and foremost, they dropped the Gold and Winters expansion announcement. So the long announced DLC for the game is finally coming through and includes the Shadows of Rose DLC, which is set 16 years after the events of Village, where a grown-up Rose, she basically goes into, the Megamycete or whatever, disease that was in there to try and uncover a way to get rid of her powers or lose them. And she goes through a lot of spooky shit. Is what it is. Mercenaries mode gets additional orders updates. So they're getting the new characters of Chris Redfield, Carl Heisenberg, and Lady Dimitrescu in the game. Each have their own weapon styles and whatnot. Like Lady Dimitrescu is throwing chairs with her 9-foot ass. A lot of shit's going down. And then they announced third-person mode for Village. And they also announced Resident Evil Reversed is coming this year. The PvP deathmatch thing. They had another update for it. It wasn't really new footage. And all of that is coming October 28th, 2022. How do y'all feel about that news?
I don't know why people hold on to this game so much. Tired.
Hey.
I fully agree. Like the thing is that like I like that. I remember when Resident Evil dropped, I was happy for a lot of people. Like everybody was like, "Yo, this is the new everybody Resident Evil 8's out." Everybody like I thought it was cool. I saw some clips. It was really funny. Like it was a cool game. But like there has been a Resident Evil every year. It feels like like. Every time there isn't a new entry, it's like, well, we remastered 2. And it's like, okay, cool. We got Resident Evil 2. It was a crazy dope remaster. One of the favorites, classics. Yo, we just remastered 3. Damn, that was fast. Y'all just did 2. But all right, cool, whatever. We got 8 out on the way. All right, cool. 8's awesome, whatever. Yo, expansion coming out. I bet. I guess I didn't even beat 8 yet, but we got the expansion coming out. That's cool. Yo, by the way, 4's on the way. Motherfucker, chill, bro. You guys have so many IPs, bro. You could literally take anybody who's making the remasters, tell them to chill for a fucking second, because you can play Resident Evil 4 on PC, the original, no problem. You can buy it on Steam right the fuck now. Take them.
Literally feels like FIFA.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how's about we make Dead Rising? That's zombies. They know zombies. Why don't we do that? That'd be cool. No, fuck it. Fuck me. All right, cool. More Resident Evil. That's what I needed. Because these games, that we didn't have enough of them now. And I bet you Resident Evil 9 is surely on the way next year or whatever the fuck. And that's my only issue, is that like, it's not that I don't like Resident Evil. It's that there's just too much. You guys are making this shit look like Assassin's Creed. Like, we have enough.
Yeah. Nah, you're not wrong. And I will say this. after this, y'all need to slow down. But 4 is my favorite, so I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm still playing 4. I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna get this remake. We gonna get this one. And then after that, we'll figure out what's going on after. But I would say, in general, there's at some point, like some series just don't need, like serialization, like things, you don't need to be circulating every single year. I feel like Resident Evil is one of those things that doesn't need to be like an every year thing. I feel like, usually it's kind of like that, when it drops, you have that whole, the period, like when Biohazard came back, it was just Biohazard. It was just like that in a big space for like 2 years or 2.5 years, something like that. And then the next thing came through. Like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And like the other small, like a small thing dropped here and there, but it's not like a mainline big joint. I don't think Resident Evil has, how you say this? It has the momentum overall in the entire series to be like an annual thing and people to be continually excited about that type of stuff. I feel like it's like, it can be an insular thing for the moment, and it usually has longevity. People kind of dig through it and they kind of keep it going for like a good, few years until they look at the next thing. But I will say this: get 4 in, and then it'll slow down. All y'all need to do is relax, wait a few years. You know what I'm saying? Remake Code Veronica. Stop making any more remakes, and then just go focus on the next line, like Resident Evil 9. That's all y'all got to do. That's literally it. That's my 2 cents. But yeah. Y'all about to say y'all gonna yawn about it. I still want 4, so fuck y'all. I'm not even gonna say this Resident Evil 4 remake news. Just know I want the shit and it's coming. That's all I know. March 24th.
Resident Evil 4 right now. It's out already.
Oh my fucking god. Fuck you.
I'm about to see where's Resident Evil 4 on Steam.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Listen, I done played that. I want the remake. I want the remake, damn it. I'm just saying, for me personally,
too. Very reasonable price.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, for me personally, this one warrants it. I understand everybody's been looking at all this shit, but I've only seen most of the Resident Evil gameplay and stuff. Like, I played a little bit of Biohazard, but I haven't touched RE2. I haven't touched RE3. I haven't touched Village. I just watched motherfuckers play it because I didn't really care about those ones like that. But RE4 is my favorite. That's one of my favorite games of all time. And in my mind, they haven't done any other remakes since 2005. You know what I'm saying? They haven't done any old series shit since 2005 when that shit dropped. So in my frame of mind, this shit is brand new. I don't know what other shit is going on. They're doing great, but I understand the main point of they need to slow down. Fair. All right, man. Total thoughts on the Capcom show. Let's do a letter grade this time. Let's do a fucking letter grade this time, King. Damn it, bro. Let's go Wen first. How'd you feel about the show? Overall rating.
Probably the weakest show, so I'm gonna give it a D. Like, it still showed us new shit, but it was very weak. It's like I didn't need half an hour of Resident Evil.
Facts. King, how you feel?
F. Could have been emo.
I'm gonna give it a D plus. I'm gonna give it a D plus, honestly, just because of the fact of got some more different shit. Exo Prime looked kind of interesting, but the frames is definitely what took it down for me. I would have given like a C minus, would have been passable, but the frames throughout the show, I literally refreshed the stream. I went to 2 different streams. I went to the Game Awards one. I went to the Capcom channel. The frames were terrible on damn near everything. It was not good. The delivery of that was just bad. So it took it down for me. And yeah, that is what it is. So all right. C minus, D plus. I see some F. I'm about to say could have been an email. Fair scores. And let's move on to the next one. So we had the Summer Game Fest show. The Mountain Dew and Doritos Pope himself was hosting. He was rattling through a bunch of stuff, and we're going to go down the line and see what came through. Not going to be in show order. Let's first start off with this. We got a first look at Aliens Dark Descent, which is basically a new title in the Aliens franchise, of course, which looks like kind of like a bullet hell type of game. Kind of like a top-down style shooter similar to Helldivers, if y'all remember that game from a couple of years ago. It's going to be likely a squad of 4 taking on hordes of xenomorphs and robots to survive throughout different space outposts, set to drop in 2023. How are y'all feeling about Aliens Dark Descent?
I'll pass.
Oh, wait, I just go back. Are we talking about the Summer Space Games Festival? Yes. So,
we on Aliens.
We had the first one, bro. We had Alien Dark Descent, bro. Alien Dark Descent. Oh, yo, bro. Hold on. Let me put the shout out in the chat, bro. Shout out King, bro.
I think most of the games that I saw, even if they were literally the same game, copy and pasted, made by different people, they looked okay, but I'm passing.
Fair. That's fair, bro.
You might as well just play Mass Effect.
You're not wrong, bro. And Mass Effect is a classic. I will let y'all know. I'm about to say this is a random side note. Whoever put that slanderous report on me in the streets, I'm on your ass. I know exactly what's going on. But nah, for me, Aliens Dark Descent is kind of a pass. I still need to finish on that Fireteam Elite game. I don't really do like top down stuff like that as much anymore. And if that's the case, I would just go and play Helldivers. Like in my opinion, my personal opinion, it might be a little bit different, but I just go play Helldivers.
Helldivers, Diablo. There's another one. There's another alien like top down game on Steam that I think is like 10, maybe even free. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, nah, I'll pass on this, bro. But yeah, listen, yeah, Xenomorph, you looking good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to the smooth head. Pause. Y'all got it. Anyways, on to the next one. We had a new horror experience built up in Unreal Engine 5 called Layers of Fear. Playing a lot on the psychedelic elements that is billed as a remaster and sequel to the older VR Layers of Fear games. Thoughts on this?
Pass.
Pass.
Big pass. I'm not playing that shit in VR. The fuck is you talking about? Anyways, let's move on to the next one down.
It's gonna be quick.
No, bro, we running through half of these bitches, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This shit wasn't. I'm about to say something. We'll talk about it though. We're gonna talk about it. Next one down, we had a new look at Midnight Suns. It was showing off of the big bad of the game, Lilith, tracking down some of the antagonists of the MCU like Venom and putting them under her wing. And we had a lot of CGI movement to show off the characters in the game like Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Blade, and more. And again, the game is confirmed to run in the vein of an XCOM strategy style game. So it's going to be coming out October 7th, 2022. How do y'all feel about this?
Honestly, I'm not excited anymore. Like I am, but I'm not.
I am excited because I like XCOM games, but I know that a lot of people are gonna be very fucking upset when they drop gameplay. Like I don't think people are listening because they're too busy seeing like Wolverine and nobody like they keep saying tactical RPG. I don't think y'all want that.
And I feel like these Marvel trailers been doing that shit lately a lot. They've been dropping like they like the CGI, they like all of the animated stuff in there, but when it pops up and it turns out to be a card game, niggas gonna be shocked. Niggas is like, what? They gonna be in their head, fall down to their knees, bro. Looking at they paid the whole full 60, looking at the whole screen like, oh my god, what happened to
I know people putting out the big bucks for the collector's edition.
Oh yeah, you know damn well they are. Oh yeah, get this one little collectible. It's gonna be $120. As a matter of fact, it'll be $130 because they boosting their games up $10 now, bro. The $69.99, that trend is already here, bro. That's gonna be boosted even more. So niggas gonna be sick when they get this game out.
When they drop gameplay, when they drop gameplay and I see all the mad tweets, I'm gonna be quote tweeting every single one and being like, "Yo, clean the wax out your ears." And they've been said this.
Facts. They told you. Listen,
need to read,
if you not listening to No Cooldown podcast, I feel sorry for you because we telling you this right now. It's gonna be strategy. Rate this 5 stars because we telling you good information. We telling you this information. I'm telling y'all, man. But yeah, I personally am. Honestly, I've been waiting a while to try to get back to like those XCOM style games. This might be the one. I might try it, but
that shit is gas.
Facts.
You guys should be playing XCOM. That game is amazing. If you want turn, that's
what I'm saying. I'm like, the fact that it's an XCOM game, I'm like, okay, cool. I know what I'm getting into, but I'm not necessarily discouraged because I'm like, whatever. It's just an XCOM game. So if I have time, it might not be completely like in the front of my radar, but I do want to try it. I think I want to try it, honestly. I might go back into XCOM first and see if I like, the genre again and get used to everything. And then I'll make a decision, okay, whether I want this. But it's not a pass for me. I say I keep it on my radar. I keep my side eye on it.
I'll probably buy it for myself, if anything.
Yeah, fair. We got a new gameplay trailer for Gotham Knight showing off a bit more of Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, that wild ass glider that he using and whatnot to get around the map. How do we feel about this?
I'm happy I'm happy the game is called Gotham Knights because nighttime is when you sleep. Like I'm really trying to defend this game, but y'all not really helping me here. Like I'm trying to box for y'all, but y'all not in my corner.
All I'm defending is the story, and even then, it might be a little bit difficult because I don't know what writing's gonna come out of this. I don't know for sure. I don't know, but all I will say is that gameplay is still looking ashy, and I am a little bit worried. I'm gonna put that out there. I've already aired my grievances about how the gameplay looks and whatnot, but I'm just saying it's a little. They need some joint right here, bro. They need to rub it up on the in between the digits, dog. Like I don't know, man. I'm very, very concerned for how this might play out. King.
Wait 1 sec. One sec.
Yeah, no worries. I was about to say, but yeah, nah, I don't know how I feel about Gotham Knights, man. It's just,
and I thought they were gonna show something better, but they showed Nightwing, just Nightwing, and we already saw Nightwing gameplay.
Yeah,
so
we just saw him and Red Hood doing this stuff. I'm like, I don't know why. I think that was just for PR.
No Robin. Yeah,
that was just for PR, bro. They really just like, oh yeah. We'll throw that. We'll throw him in there and make sure. Oh, Nightwing.
Nightwing is cool, but I don't actually think he's like the most popular, like trendy.
I think he is. I think he is now. Out of besides Batman, out of them. Yeah, no, I think he is. Because motherfuckers love him, especially in like the comic world. Like they love Nightwing. That's a fact. I think he's the most popular out of that bunch. It's like Nightwing, Red Hood, probably the other Robin, and then Batgirl. I would say in that order. What from what I've seen on the internet. But niggas love Dick Grayson and people love his ass. I don't know why, but there it is. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it'd be like. But I feel like that was the reason why they kind of put that specific trailer out there, because Nightwing is the most popular out of that group, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Yeah. But yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I'm not passing on the game, but I will say I am worried. If I try it and it's ass, oh my goodness, the dishonorable, all the things. It's gonna get properly roasted. We gonna see. Anyways, we gonna talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. The co-op beat 'em up based on the iconic franchise is coming out with a 6-player co-op mode online, now adding Casey Jones as a playable character in the game. It's coming out tomorrow, June 16, 2022. How do y'all feel about this?
I think this shit's gonna be gas. I'm really excited for it. I showed my girlfriend and our friends, because I was hanging out with them on that week. I was like, yo guys, look at this TMNT game. And they were like, oh, the graphics look ugly. And I was like, you're actually objectively wrong in this situation.
Ugly.
I was like, you're smoking dope. How the fuck do you think that? They're like, I don't really like 2D graphics. And I was like, what generation? Like, because they're all gamers who started before. Like, I started playing games as a kid, like Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay, so they popped up
played like PS3s, like the soonest.
Oh yeah, they saw that there. Yeah.
I was like, y'all are smoking. They're like, I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, you don't need to know what the fuck's going on. This looks crazy.
It's turtles fighting niggas. It's heat.
Fighting niggas.
Facts. Like, I don't know what y'all on, bro. I will personally say this. I've been waiting for a good co-op Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game for a minute. That last one online didn't work, so I didn't even try it. That shit was ass. And I'm about to say, I loved it, bro. From Battle Nexus days. I was on this shit from Battle Nexus days, man. This shit is heat. I'm buying this tomorrow. And listen, anybody want to run co-op? I'm here.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh, I'm not even buying it. I already got Game Pass. Anyways, I called dibs on Donatello, and yeah, y'all can have the rest of them. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. This is a cop. This is a cop to me.
It's lit, but I'm tired of seeing TMNT come up, and it's just every single time pixel art. Like, pixel gameplay. Like, I want to experience. Yeah, kind of.
That would kind of be crazy though. That would kind of be crazy, like a more detailed version.
But it's literally just the souls.
That would be an infinitely better game. That would be a much better game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's a much better game. They just do parkour instead of all the random ass soul stepping on the Michael Jackson steps in the air. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Billie Jean shit to get from location to location. Just parkour, bro, and use the motorcycles. Like, that's literally it. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Listen, niggas, don't worry about it. He's only saying this because he's young. He's saying this because he didn't grow up with him. He don't know.
Listen, but I will take all the smoke. Point. I'm 20 and I'm proud and I enjoy what I enjoy.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, bro. You just have a different perspective. That's all. I'm defending you. I'm just saying it's a different world. It's a different place. All right.
This shit is gas.
Nah, for real.
No.
It's fire.
I will never have the same perspectives. Like, it's awesome. I'm open minded. I'm definitely way more open minded, but
that's why you on this goddamn show. That's why you here. But anyways, let's move on a little bit more.
Hold on. What? What's that game? Streets of Rage?
Oh yeah, Streets of Rage. Yes, literally.
I enjoyed the shit.
Streets of Rage 4. That's a
classic. Enjoy the shit out of this.
And this literally like in the same vein, just different art style, different characters, stuff like that, but same vein. Literally, just beat them up across the streets and you go. Basically, yeah. 100%. But yeah, what's it called? Onto the next one, we have Saints Row. We had the Balls Factory trailer, so it's basically just more Saints Row gameplay, but they added a lot of the personalization and customization looks to it. As you run around Saint Aliso, you can save 6 different looks to pull out as you gain control of the town. You do all your random ass shenanigans. How did y'all feel about this? It is coming August 23rd.
Could have been an email.
Could have been an email. Yeah.
They were just like, yo, there's a demo for you to make your character. That's sick.
Facts.
Okay.
Literally, like quite literally, it could have been like not even that. You could have slacked me this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You could have hit me up in the DMs like, "Hey, yo, bro, we dropped the trailer, bro. Go check that shit out real quick."
Are you guys actually even slightly interested in the full game that's dropping?
Oh yeah, no. I am. Okay. No. Don't get that twisted. The full game, I will be looking at it. I will be there because the more I've seen of it, the more I'm actually interested in it. When it first has announced the remake, I was like,
But yeah, you're right. The more they kind of tell us about it, the more interested I get.
Because I'm like, it's another remake in there. I don't know how I feel, but then the more we talked about it, the more we explained through it, how they're kind of doing this again, reset back to more grounded levels that where Saints Row is really like flourishing. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm seeing more of it, and I saw like all the little tidbits and getting reminded of the Saints Row series again. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm with it.
Y'all wasn't believers. Everybody was like, "Oh, it looks bad. I'd rather just play this. The graphics are good." While you play GTA 5, that's also game, and y'all play RP. Like fuck y'all. Y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about.
That's
especially people that play RP.
That's wild. Niggas wilding. Wilding.
Like, go play your game from 2013 and let me enjoy this shit.
Nah, you not wrong, bro. But yeah, Saints Row was a cop, but this trailer was like, again, it's a complete pass. It should have been an email. 100%. All right. Moving forward, we have Cuphead, the delicious last course. So it was basically got a new gameplay section of the Cuphead DLC. It was revealed, and we got a new a chance to see the new character, Mrs. Chalice. And of course, the last delicious last course DLC is coming June 30th of this year. How do y'all feel about that?
Game is good. The DLC was probably good. I've heard about this DLC in 3 different game shows now or whatever. Like,
Facts.
I got it.
It should have been coming.
The idea. Like, we know.
Facts. We know.
It's hard to make this game though. I will say that it's all hand drawn and shit. So like, I get why it took a minute, but you should have told me this shit. This should have been the first time I heard about it. Like right now.
Facts. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. All right. Next up on the docket. Well, actually, King. Yeah, pass. Man.
Wait, what?
That pass, Cuphead, trailer pass game.
Oh no, I'm all for it. I can't wait to buy it for my little sister and just watch her go crazy.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that's actually that's slightly torturous, but also hilarious at the same time. You just want to see her struggle. Niggas like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. That's fucking funny, bro. All right, anyways, moving on to Neon White. So the platformer fused with the card system / shooter. This game was revealed.
Was heat.
Had like a real highlight being the fast-paced control of the game. The art style, the execution of that, and the music was really up-tempo, fast-paced. Looked really cool. Coming to the Switch and PC again tomorrow, June 16, 2022. How did y'all feel about that?
I thought the trailer was really cool.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was nuts.
Even the gameplay, I'm all for it. Like it genuinely looks fun.
Yeah, no, I was actually interested in it, man. I liked the art style looked really cool, like the cutscene kind of switches and just the general art direction from there. I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty fire. I would definitely put a side eye on this. I'll keep a lookout. It's coming out tomorrow, so I'm like, depending on the price, I might check it out over the next week or something like that.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
100%.
What's that one fighting game you use cards? Is it made by the same people that did that, or is it just similar concept?
Are you talking about the roguelike?
I mean.
It's a roguelike fighting game?
There's a roguelike card game. Are you talking about like Don't Fight in the Bathroom or something like that? There's another one like that. Yeah. I don't know if it's made by the same people. I don't think it is.
Yeah, no. I feel that. Okay, cool. Shout out to Neon White though. Moving down, we had Flashback 2. So the old school 1992 sci-fi platformer Flashback is getting a sequel set for winter 2022, with the vivid platformer taking up to 30 years after the original in 2142, where Overcunder aliens have infiltrated human society. How do y'all feel?
Shit came out before anyone was even thinking about making me a thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure, I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a lot of like 40-year-old dudes who are like, "Fuck yeah, dude." But sure.
Yeah, nah, literally, I was into like the boat of like, oh, this is old as shit. Cool. I'm about to say that look fire though. I'm about to say y'all look cool, art style and whatnot. Solid.
There
It's
are
not
7
even
people who are really hype right now.
facts. It was 7 old people watching their kids and stuff like that. It was like, yo, what the fuck? They set the kid down on the side of his head, like, yo, what? Yo, that's crazy, son.
The retirement home's going crazy.
Don't spill your
Walker's is
prune
going
juice.
nuts.
Your prune juice, you spilled it. Yo, listen, it's coming back. Flashback. Shit going wild, bro. Going wild. Anyways. So Summer Game Fest witnessed the return trailer for Witchfire. After first seeing a trailer for it in 2017, it showed off the magical FPS shooter itself. It kind of looks like a fusion of Destiny, Fable, and like, you know, a little bit of Elden Ring blended, of course, like some of those elements. Coming to early access soon. But how did you feel about some of the gameplay reveals for Witchfire?
It looked cool, but like the thing about these, like I think it looks cool. I'll wait till it's out though, because I like FPSs, but there's so many FPSs, and this kind of gives me like if Borderlands Tiny Tina's had like not like realistic graphics. Like
Bro,
that's what it felt like.
I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, it look kind of, it just feels like Wonderlands now that it's in the frame. Now that I have the comparison, I'm like, it's like a more graphic, more realistic type of Wonderlands type of shit. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like to me. But yeah, I'm still interested in it. I'm still pretty interested. If the early access is gonna go up, I actually want to see what it looks like. In my opinion, it looked pretty smooth. It's definitely a side eye. It's not a cop, not a drop. Definitely a side eye. Was fair. They haven't even been seen in like 4 or 5 years, so definitely worth some type of look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to say, King, any thought on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. Tiny Tina reshed.
Word.
I'll skip.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'll just watch it. It's not even a skip thing. I'll just literally watch people enjoy.
Fairsies. All right, moving forward to a new sci-fi thriller called Fort Solis with Troy Baker and Roger Clark, aka Joel from The Last of Us, and Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, respectively, starring in the cast. The plot kind of looks like you're trying to survive or escape from the title location on a distant planet as you navigate shady station members and hidden dangers all over the map. It looks pretty interesting, but thoughts on this?
Shit just reminded me of Prometheus.
Yo, a little bit. You're not even wrong about that. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't look interesting.
I'm gonna say this. For me, I don't give a fuck who's casted in there, bro. You could cast Denzel. I'm like, yo, that shit fire. But if the game don't look interested in the game ass, I'm like, okay, nigga, you casted Denzel for no reason, my nigga. That's kind of tough. But I understand some people using that star power of certain motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying, like Horizon had Lance Reddick and whatever, like, you know, certain shit like that. But it does, for me personally, it doesn't entice me to go get the game. It does not entice me or whatever. I'm like, oh, cool. People from, you know, Joel Last of Us. I'm be like, oh, I'm gonna Google that one scene he was in The Last of Us, and then that's pretty much it. That's gonna be like the end of my I guess my memory lane run with whatever actor you mentioned. But otherwise, I'm like, for now I'm gonna pass because it doesn't look too enticing. I didn't get too much from it, so it is what it is.
It was just motherfuckers walking through hallways. That's what the trailer looked like. I mean, it was just hallways. Cool.
Yeah, they gotta show us more. They gotta show us more.
I got hallways at the crib.
So I could have filmed the trailer right now. What's it called? Moving down to Routine. About to say this game was announced like a decade ago, kind of. I'm about to say Routine came back with actually did had some announcement for a year ago, well, a decade ago, I mean. And so basically it resurfaced. Again, kind of like a robot killer horror type of thing, real claustrophobic spaces. How'd y'all feel about the showing for Routine?
I see why King said that this was a horror spaceship, because this is all I
bro. Like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it in my part when we rate this thing fully. But I'm like, damn, they was going crazy on this spaceship. I'll tell you that.
It looks interesting, but it's another horror game. Yay.
Yeah.
Next.
Pass. I'm not scared. I'm not playing that shit. Bro. It looks good, but I'm not playing that shit. I'm sorry. That shit looks scary as hell, nigga. I got too much computers and monitor screens in my house, nigga. I'm not trying to be paranoid about life. There's already too much shit going on. But On to the next. We got Stormgate, which is an ex-Blizzard team named Frost Giant Studios. They unveiled some new concepting for their new RTS Stormgate as you seem to fight against demons with a team of mechs as an archaeologist team. That sounds pretty freaking wild on paper, but the beta is coming in 2023 with an aimed free-to-play release. How do y'all feel about this?
Nice.
Yeah, I like RTS. The reason I like RTS is like I like Dawn of War because of the lore. Like I love Warhammer.
Yeah.
I like what's the other one? StarCraft because of like again the story and shit. So the story is really what's gonna sell this.
It did look cool. I'll admit the trailer was really cool. So from a story perspective, yeah, definitely I'd be interested to see like just what is going on with this game.
It's too early to tell for me, but like yeah, I agree. Like I'll keep it, but I'm not like fucking pre-ordering right now.
Yeah, nah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm passing. I don't really. Yeah, I'm good. I ain't even see no gameplay for this motherfucker, but whatever. I'm just gonna throw that shit that way. But the concept looks pretty interesting though. I'll give it that. Anyways, on to the next one. We had High Water, which was an interesting action adventure title that's set in the world. Basically a society left destroyed by the prolonged damages of climate change, where society is basically scattered and roughed up, but has endured. Really, really interesting art style, really poppy art. How'd y'all feel about the look of this?
I love the concept.
Can you shoot people in this game?
I think there is going to be like combat. Like I think there might be. Combat in it, but I'm not
just
sure.
a low poly escape from Tarkov.
Yo, it's crazy.
I like it a lot though, because I just like
it does
the
look cool
of like global warming.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not touched on in games as much as you would think. So I'm really excited to see where this story goes, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think I would actually pick it up, even if I don't play it for that long. I'd at least want to experience, see if I could get into it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I would definitely want to pick it up for definitely just the art and see how some of the systems will work. It looks like you can like go to different settlements and like, I guess grab an item from it. I don't know exactly what the narrative and the plot line or mission story is going to be, but it looks pretty interesting. And again, just another reminder that, the world is fucked. But interesting. Looks pretty beautiful. Cool. Anyways, we gonna push on forward to Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. So we got a couple of new games coming from the creators of Genshin Impact. The first one, Honkai Star Rail, is a new turn-based RPG, and Zenless Zone Zero is a futuristic third-person action RPG. It's showing off basically all the swordplay. Had a bunch of different characters. The beat was jumping. I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there like, hey Bob, like, yo, shit, this shit kind of hard. What do y'all think about Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero?
Zenless look really, really fun.
Yes.
I think they both look really fun to me, but Zenless just caught me more because it was like a more intimate, like up close sort of. That's what the game is going to be about, sort of thing. The other one had me with too many questions. Zenless looked really fun though.
My girlfriend loves Genshin. I was never really able to get into it. I heard Honkai is going to be more of like a regular game, not like a free-to-play gacha.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely more inclined to get Star Rail because I like sci-fi. I like space exploration and shit. But both of them actually looked really good. Like when I saw them, I was like, wow, this might be one of the stronger games out of this whole showcase, which is nuts.
I think both of them were, to be fair.
I would tend to agree. Again, once I did some research, and again, it was going to be more turn-based RPG. It's not going to be like a gacha game or anything like that. It was actually, I was like, you know what? I could see myself actually playing this for a little bit. Honkai Star Rail looked interesting, but I will agree with King. I was more inclined towards Zenless Zone Zero. It reminded me just like Metal Gear Rising, you know what I'm saying? Just reminded me of that like fast-paced style sword gameplay, like shit like that. You have multiple characters, different styles. Like it looked really, really like, again, just cool. It definitely caught my eye. I would say Zenless is more of a catch for me than Honkai, but both of them still look like pretty good when they first showed up. So kudos to them. Yeah. All right. Moving down, we got another view of the survival game Nightingale. You got more views of the crafting, enemy types, extent of settlements that you can build. I mean, thoughts on Nightingale? I can go before I even go. I'm gonna say I'm passing. I'm good. This looks good.
Really?
But I don't really play those games like that often. Like that wave of survival joints have just passed me. Honestly, I used to play them years ago. I had like the forest and all them shits like heavy, but then I just stopped playing them like that.
I share the exact same opinion.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite. I actually love these a lot. just because I like games where I can just do me kind of thing. I don't like
Yeah.
Minecraft, but like I like almost everything else. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But if it has like cooking, building bases, because me and my girl do this shit. Me and her play all the time. That's why. So me and her are probably gonna cop this, and I'll let y'all know how it is because I think this looks
Okay,
really
fair.
really interesting.
Fair. I'm still interested to see how it pans out, honestly, and it looks good. I just know for me, my personal preference, I'm just like, I don't know if I can get that
I get
deep in
it.
the weeds of a survival again. You know what I mean? Just kind of like
I get
pour
it.
hours into that, where I could be pouring something into something else. But you know, it is what it is. Metal Hellsinger. Now, this was the first I've seen of this game. So basically, it's like a horror rhythm shooter. It's like taking elements from like a bunch of different sources. If you can put any comparison down, I would have said it's like it's like Doom, but with like a more consistent soundtrack. You have to play to the soundtrack, and it blended a lot of new experiences in them, and it has music from System of a Down, which is that's a crazy inclusion. I was like, yo, what the hell? How y'all get them legends like that? It took me a minute for that to process when I saw it on the screen, but yeah, they have System of a Down on the soundtrack, and it looks pretty interesting. What do y'all feel?
Yeah. It looks like Doom Eternal with if it was a rhythm game. I definitely
Facts.
like it. I
Yeah,
won't stream it
perfect.
because I don't know about if like copyright laws or whatever, but like that shit
Dead
definitely
ass.
looks like a vibe.
Yeah, I'm not playing it, but I was interested to see. I'm interested to see. I would definitely like keenly watch it. I will definitely like keep a close eye on how it pans out on screen and how it looks. And again, that DMCA, you gonna get your ass whooped. They don't protect you like that. So nigga, you better be careful. You better be careful. Yeah, King, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel the same. I immediately saw him, was just thinking Doom straight away.
Mhm.
And as much as I had fun on Doom, this doesn't give me this exact same vibe, so I'll probably just pass on it.
Yeah, fairsies. Next we got American Arcadia, which is a 2.5D side scroller set
This
in
looked
like
good.
a Truman Show style world. Like you basically had like survive in a dystopian America, and like people were like, oh yeah, they either vote for you or vote against you, and when they vote against you, you get low in the rankings. Stuff get real dicey. You got to be on the run from the cops and whatnot. Really interesting. Had a digital world on the inside and kind of like a dystopian world on the outside. How did y'all feel about this one?
Oh, it was interesting.
I watched the trailer and I had a lot of fun watching the trailer, so I was like, I want to play this.
Bro, I will say it. Go ahead, Win.
I was like, I just thought it was interesting. I'm probably gonna cop it, and if I don't cop it, I'm definitely watching it because it looks really interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% copying this game. I really do enjoy like anything that's kind of like dystopian Truman Show type of shit. I do like, and I fucking love the Truman Show. It's one of my favorite movies. Like that shit's cool. I love that premise, and like the art style is really cool. I like how it dipped in and out between again this digital world that you're kind of running from and you're doing certain things, and the kind of like that outer world. I want to see how that interplays between. Is it mostly in that 2D 2.5D world, or is it mostly outside of it? I'm really interested to see it, but again, the colors look really. It just popped a lot to my eye. Some of the sequences look really cool. I'm interested to see how it plays out. This is definitely a cop for me. I want to have it in the rotation. All right, yeah. Moving forward to possibly the trolliest bullshit of all time. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure they did this. Well, they definitely did it on purpose, but it was just to get people in the seats. They straight up basically copied the intro of the Dead Island 2 trailer, and it got closer and closer and closer and just showed different stuff going crazy in the background until they fully revealed that it was Goat Simulator 3. It was the latest entry into the Goat Simulator series that's now boasting 4-player co-op seemingly from the end of it. How do we feel about the reveal of Goat Simulator 3 coming fall 2022?
We didn't need it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. We didn't need this shit, but I want this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. Just for the disrespectful bullshit that they did by copying the Dead Island 2 trailer. Cause I was in my heart, I was like, yo, it's Dead Island, bro. I ain't played Dead Island in a fucking minute, but they hold it. But Goat Simulator is honestly a fun ass game. I'd definitely buy the third one. I'm
But
just saying.
everything they're doing just could have been a mod. Or a
You're not
DLC.
wrong. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But will I still buy it? Probably.
I'll get it on Game Pass. Like that'll probably be the most because it's not something that's really.
Oh
in my
fuck! It's on
alley.
Game Pass. God damn it!
If
You're
it's
right.
on Game Pass, I'll cop and I'll definitely like get the boys together, like that type vibe. But great marketing, phenomenal. Like literally, that's probably one of my top 10 like best video game announcements was Dead Island 2. Even though that game never came out. But like that was hilarious, and they got me because I was gassed. I was freaking out, and then I was like, oh, they played the shit out of me. But it was so good that I couldn't even be mad. I'm like, no, that was on me.
Yeah, nah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I was just like, damn, that's crazy. But I still cop it. I still cop it. But anyways, let's move forward to some of the bigger reveals of the Summer Game Fest show. We had more extended gameplay and an in-game demo of the Callisto Protocol, some of the weapons, some of the enemies, and the active environment that was a part of the game. You saw some brutal style executions of what was going on. You saw some different push and pull with the different fans in the area. Some real brutal stuff, man. Some real brutal stuff. How did y'all feel about Callisto?
Let me remind myself because
Yeah.
I think I liked it.
It's honestly one of the 2 space like horror type games that I actually give a fuck about.
Yeah,
'Cause
this one looks okay.
all the other ones are like you're in space, it's scary, and you don't have any weapon. This one is like you're in space, it's scary, but you do have that shit on you. And I'm like, all right, bet, this is all I needed. Like I'll play a game where I can fucking shoot shit, but I'm not gonna fucking sit there and be like, oh no, let me go hide in the closet till it leaves. Like I don't got time for that, bro. Like, all right, cool. Like this
Mhm.
is good though. I'm definitely probably gonna buy this because I really like Dead Space. And it looks like it's giving me Dead Space.
Yeah. Again, for me, this is again the development team. A lot of these devs coming from the Dead Space team. They wanted to make their own shit. They wanted to really, again, create something that was really novel, but still kind of in the roots of the Dead Space franchise. It's really interesting to see how it goes, head to head with the remake that's coming out in what I think it's February. I think we did talk about this. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those times where I'm like, I would really play this horror game. I really would play this shit. Like
Yeah.
again, that whole side of a Dead Space genre style game it's always been pretty appealing, although scary as shit. And seeing the environment act in that way, like, okay, if you get backed up too much, you not like spacing out your enemies, you get fucked up, you get put in the corner, it's a wrap for you. You know what I mean? And like worse than before, because the environment could really fuck you over, or it could work to your benefit. So I like seeing that kind of get cranked up to a 9 or 10. Really looks good. Really looks good. December 2nd. I am actually very interested. If something opens up and I'm not fucking shook, I would definitely play it. Word. All right. I'm about to say King. Yeah, it's a cop. It's a cop drop.
Yeah, no, I think I will. Is it coming on console?
Yeah, I think it's on
Yes.
PS5 for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's like one of those ones that I do a console experience, just sort of chill back and play.
Word. Definitely. All right. We had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remake. They came out for their annual campaign shit. They showed off moments from the dark water level, highlighting the intense environmental graphics, water physics, shifting covers, map changes, and of course the new look at Ghost and Soul McTavish in the game. It's coming out October 27th, 2022. Yeah, some campaign, guys. Yeah, how y'all feel about it?
I don't have a terabyte of space for this game, so I'm good. Y'all let me know how that shit goes.
King, how you feel about that?
Wait, which one?
The Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the dark water, the campaign, that campaign mission.
At this point, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit till
You
they
know?
drop multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like, you know what time it is, bro. It's the usual protocol. I'm not saying nothing about this game really. I just say it's interesting. Campaign looks really beautiful, but it usually does because they can soup everything up on it. Like, cool. But you know why we here. You know why we here. It's the multiplayer. So we'll see you guys in like July or August, whenever you guys choose to reveal the multiplayer, and we'll judge the whole full package off that when we see it. When that open beta drops,
literally.
we'll see you then. But otherwise, it's just the usual bog standard campaign reveal. Stuff look cool. Shout out to Ghost and Soap. But yeah, you know what we're looking for. Anywho, we got another piece of action from Street Fighter 6. And this time we got a reveal of a new look Guile and his moveset in the revamped Air Force base stage. Just that, and in general, Street Fighter 6, man. How y'all feel about what's been rolled out for this?
It looks different. I like it.
I'm not even a big fan of Street Fighter. Like I think it's one of the goats. But I've never really been interested in playing a Street Fighter game. But this is definitely the one that I'm buying on release. This is definitely the one I'm gonna lab, and this is definitely the one I'm gonna play. It looks really good. It sucks that the leakers kind of took away this like the beauty behind it. Because if I would have seen Guile without knowing what he looked like already because of the leaks, I think it would have been
Yeah.
sick. I'd be like, whoa, this dude looks nuts. But like, it is what it is. He looks dope. I'm really excited to see how this game plays. And honestly, I just wish they would like. It's releasing next year, and I kind of wish they didn't tell me so soon because I want to play this game like right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I am buying this day one. Again, I know what it is, man. I don't usually play God, but God looked mad American. He looked American as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That
His arms look
goatee,
like legs.
that goatee was crazy. That goatee was egregious American. I ain't gonna lie. That was advanced American. This nigga was proud as shit. I tell you that. Nah, listen, I might have to ask him where he was on January 6th, but he still looks like a crazy developed character. Like it's different. It's different. But listen, Street Fighter 6 is making waves. I think it's gonna be a really, really great game. All the features and stuff that they're packing into this, from what it looks like, it's gonna be freaking amazing. And I am scared and also excited to get back into the fighting realm again. I gotta start playing Tekken because somebody did buy it for me in here. And I gotta start playing that, but then I also gotta get back in the Street Fighter bag and see what's going on. I haven't played fighting games a lot over the past few years, but I think it might be high time to get back into the fold and get sweaty. So Street Fighter 6 looks like a great opportunity to do that. It's a definite cop for me. All right, getting to the second to last piece on the Summer Game Fest show, we had Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. Now, I know WenEazy himself got a little aroused when the new look trailer for Warhammer 40K dropped. Showed off a lot of gameplay on the all the different hordes of enemies you're fighting against, all the variety of different weapons you had. You had like magical spells, chainsaw, swords, big ass shotguns, huge ass knives or whatever. It looked crazy, over the top fun. It's coming September 13, 2022. How do you feel about this? Let's go to King first. I feel that. Nah, he's not wrong, bro. Nah, that's true. Anyways, let's go to Wen, bro.
No, this was like the only thing that I actually saw on this whole thing that I was like, whoa, like I need this. Like this is nuts. It's literally, I recorded the entire like showcase and this is the only thing that I got out of it. And I was like, I need to talk about it because this game is, I've been waiting for this game for so long since the release. Like I want to say it was a year ago when they first announced it.
Yeah.
It's 4-player co-op. It looks great. We get more gameplay than before. Coming out in September, early September too, like the second week of September. I cannot wait for this game. I'm a huge fan of Vermintide, but like I said before, I'm a huge Warhammer fan, so this fits right into like the area that I want to play. Like I want to play a game where I'm in the Warhammer franchise. I'm shooting shit. I'm getting crazy. I need this game like today.
Fair. Fairsies. And again, I will echo from what I said from before with you. I'm down to like play this co-op. Honestly, it looks really, really fun. If they have the dropping, yeah, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm like, I'm down for it. It looks like a really, really good cop.
No, for sure. I'm excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah, 100%. All right. And now into the last piece from the Summer Game Fest, we got some news on The Last of Us. They had a pretty lengthy stay at the end of the show. We got a lot of time with Naughty Dog, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about everything that's going on, a bunch of updates from The Last of Us TV show. But the two main pieces of news that were the biggest from this was, one, the official confirmation that Factions will be a standalone project, but it is in development and is coming. And two, The Last of Us 1 is getting an official remake dubbed The Last of Us Part 1 with rebuilt AI and visual systems that is releasing on PS5 on September 2nd, 2022, and in the future for PC. I mean, this does seem to align with some of the murmurings of like, you know, Sony's trying to shift to focus on all the major IPs and being successful everywhere, all around the world, not just Japan. So I mean, how you feel about The Last of Us doing anything and making a remake and Factions?
Factions was a cool announcement. Honestly, they could have just announced Factions and then like maybe have shown a clip of the show or whatever, but the show just finished like filming, so like there's no way they would have had anything ready. But it was cool. I don't think we really, I mean, like most people say, we don't really need a Last of Us Part 1 remake. Like I don't think it's necessary unless they're like trying to build like a crazy trilogy, but I don't even think that I think that 2 really was a good spot to end that franchise off on, or at least that storyline off on. The only reason I saw Part 1 being remade was like the only reason I would ever see them remaking it like that is if they're going to change up the story. But if you change up the story, then Part 2 is irrelevant, and then that kind of defeats the purpose of Part 2, and that just doesn't make sense to me. So like cool, I guess, if you're getting a remaster, but I just feel like there's a bunch of other Naughty Dog properties that could have been remastered. Like we still haven't heard a damn thing about anything Jack and Daxter related, which is their IP. We're not getting another Crash Bandicoot. I understand that. I've accepted that.
Yeah, leave that in the dirt. I don't care about that.
Yeah, that's Microsoft's property anyways. But like you're telling me that I'm getting a remaster. I would have rather seen Uncharted 1 remastered in the Uncharted 4 engine, if anything. But like at the end of the day, like there's just more things that have not gotten the time and love. And I just feel like this was made to sell either the show, or like the show's gonna promote the game, or the game's gonna promote the show. And either way, we were gonna watch it or whatever. Like I just think it's kind of like a money grab, and it's kind of sad because I look
Yeah.
forward to Naughty Dog games, but not Naughty Dog games that I've beaten 3 times now, because it's been released, re-released, and now we're getting a third one. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, you're not wrong, man. At this point, it feels like it's starting to get in cash grabby territory, bro. It's like this to me. I feel like there hasn't been, every franchise at one point has to be like, oh, you got to push you out in front. We got to start dropping you like crazy. At one point, you know what I'm saying? It was, it was one series over another. It was the God of Wars that kind of got the shine. It was up front. You got to push these units everywhere. They had their time in the sun. Uncharted got its kind of whole brand, this thing, Uncharted 4, the Lost Legacy, to all this DLC, the remakes and whatnot, or the collections and all that shit. And now I feel like it's The Last of Us's turn. And in addition to the TV series, it's like, oh yeah, we got to double up now. We got to go crazy with this. And I feel like it was too early. It's way too early for even considering a remake like this. And for me, I'm like, damn, you guys just left factions on the back burner. I was like, okay, I would have said, listen, if Last of Us 1 came, if this remake came with factions, I would have been like, hey, cool, whatever. Y'all putting factions in there, y'all doing y'all thing. It's the whole experience there. Which y'all saying, oh no, it's just a multiplayer and left behind DLC. That's it. No, just single player. I mean, just single player. Yeah, just have that. Whatever. That's like, damn. So y'all don't even care about the entire experience of Last of Us Part 1. What made it its whole thing? So I'm like, that's already one thing. And then again, just putting factions on the back burner like that, it's in development. We don't even know when factions even to come through. I'm glad it is confirmed, like, to be real, and they're actually working on it, because I'm mainly looking for that. But otherwise, I mean, it's a miss for me. I don't think this was the right time for any of this, for real. But I understand the cash machine gonna keep going. They want to keep, milking the IPs and make sure they get worldwide acclaim and all this shit. But it just felt a little bit eh. I wasn't excited as the rest of the gaming populace. I just say that.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I don't think many of the gaming populace was even excited to begin with. It's very much been received with mixed reception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah. Okay. I don't know if King is back at all, but let's rate this show.
Shit.
Oh, this thing was I how you know it's wrong, man.
I think the announcement for factions was absolutely useless to us at the point that they are in development.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
I'm looking forward to the show, not because of the story, but because of the casting. And the remake, I was actually impressed. Like, they said remake, and I was like, "Fuck you!" But they actually showed it to us, and visually, I was like, "Okay, like you kind of put some effort into this, Like someone that has never
Yeah.
played it before will genuinely enjoy the experience. If they play that and then look back on what it was and what they would have played, then they would appreciate it, type of thing." So I was like, "Okay,
That's fair.
I guess
Yeah, I'm not completely cutting
it's
off
a
for that.
semi decent investment of your money, I guess."
Yeah, no,
But
I understand that.
overall, I think it is just that time for them to sort of milk that one franchise.
It's they turn in the rotation, bro. Unfortunate, but it really is what it is, man. I'm just like, whatever. It's not my favorite franchise, but it does suck when certain things get kind of like overused and get
It definitely doesn't hold the
pushed,
same
bro.
weight that it did before. They were like, "All right, we're making a number 2. All right, we're making a film. All right, we're making it." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. If there was space
it's
in
lost that
between it,
value that it once had.
facts. Like, if there was space in between these things, I would have been like, okay, you would have held the same standard. But now you're just packing all this in one moment to try and cash in on whatever perceived momentum you have. I'm like, damn, bro. It kind of puts a knock on the Last of Us
Changed.
brand status to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Some
yeah.
motherfuckers really said, "You're not gonna hear The Last of Us."
Oh no.
When you were holding that for like 5 minutes, fuck you, bro.
Yes, I was.
Oh
Yes, I
my
was.
gosh.
But yeah, listen, I've had fun, but I need to bounce.
Listen, hey man, thank you so much. I gotta do a whole nother. I'm about to say, friggin'
Yeah.
I'm about to say I do a whole other episode or something like that. We got to get you in another time. Like aside from the Game Fest special, we definitely gonna have you back. Thank you for popping back in real quick. We appreciate you, dog.
Have fun. Yeah,
Listen,
boys,
man.
easy. Enjoy Xbox talk. And catch you guys in a bit.
Shout out to King for popping up with a guest appearance. He definitely gonna be back at some other point in the future. You know what I'm saying? When things are a little bit less busy. But let's get on to the last major news point of the day. Let's talk about the Xbox and Bethesda show, man. There's gonna be some skips in here in the interest of time. There's gonna be some skips in this bitch. Just to let you know. But we are back on the trail. And let's start off with Redfall, man. So we got a second trailer for Redfall, and a first look at the gameplay. It was showing off all the gunplay, the long-armed ass vampires. Again, the classes, all the different enemy types, and just the bending world of Redfall. As you need to basically take the island back from the vampires. They explain a little bit of the story of how, you know, this vampire brood just took over control of the island. They blocked out the sun. They stopped the water flow. A lot of crazy shit happened. But it's coming out 2023 for Xbox and PC. How did you feel about Redfall?
I'm like kind of excited, but it's also like it very much felt kind of like Back for Blood. And like I think it's gonna be different, but I was excited and it looks good. Like it looks like a good game. I just hope that the support is more timely than something like Back for Blood, because that's really ultimately what's gonna keep the player base going. Like you need more content. You need to have you need to have good replayability. And that's what I would like to next time, because this is the first time we've seen gameplay, which is great. It looked good. It looked like a fun game. I think the next thing they need to touch on, which is very important in this kind of genre, is replayability.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You're not wrong. And I would say this does have enough in the tank to possibly differentiate itself from Back for Blood because of the flashy class usage and stuff like that. I feel like that's one area where Back for Blood didn't really excel, is having that, you know, real novelty to the different classes, like, okay, the different power scaling and stuff like that. It just had the cars, or some of them were counting against everybody. Some of them had different little things, but it wasn't flashy enough to kind of be eye-popping and keep people in the zone with that, with the game. So I feel like Redfall might excel where past games like it have failed. The vampire looks, all of them look mad creepy and shit like that. I just hope, again, it runs as smooth as possible. And the classes, again, they look good. Gameplay was good. Gunplay was good. The world seems pretty expansive. I'm just interested to see how it goes so far, but it's definitely going to be a strong side eye. Not going to insta-cop, but it looks like it's coming along fairly well, I would say. I think it does got a little bit of work to go, but it's interesting so far.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Hollow Knight Silksong. So the sequel was revealed as a day one Xbox Game Pass drop, but with no date. But it also centers around the new character Hornet and a brand new location far away from the kingdom of the first game. Now, there's no timetable for release, of course. How'd you feel about Silksong?
It looked good. I haven't beat Hollow Knight. Ooh, I don't know my voice. I haven't beat Hollow Knight, but I definitely enjoyed Hollow Knight. But from what I've played, it's really, really good game. I highly recommend you guys play it, and I definitely want to try out the new one as well.
Fair, bro. Fair, yeah. I haven't played Hollow Knight at all, but again, Negus was like, "Yo, you need to play Hollow Knight. You need to play Hollow Knight." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right, yeah, that's fair." And I think it looked really good from what I saw. Again, just mad fast. I'm about to say really dope set pieces and stuff. Just how it looked in, like, you know, in the environments and the character looked really solid. I'm interested, but I gotta play Hollow Knight first. Like, I gotta put that before there. All right, fair. Next up, we had High on Life, coming from the mind of Rick and Morty's creators. High on Life is basically like some zany super FPS game. Had a whole host of like talking guns, interesting characters, a lot of different dialogue points. I'm not sure exactly what it's about 100%, but it's like super, alien based. It looked off the walls. I would definitely say that. But how you feel about High on Life?
I think it's gonna be a funny game. Interested for sure. If it's a Game Pass thing, then I'm definitely copping. But I enjoy their style of comedy, so I think it's gonna be a funny game.
Yeah, nah, I agree. I think we did say this when we were looking at it. I think probably the strongest quality of this game will be that writing, and will be, that delivery of how we know shit like Rick and Morty and stuff like that. And they might have more license to do it because they don't have any stable characters. They have to I guess tend to or maintain or whatever like that. So it looks interesting. Again, I'm here for those funny ass games. I'm here for all that stuff. And the combat and the FPS stuff looks really interesting too. There was a game that Grizz did a video on. It was like Oddworld something. I can't remember what it was, but it just reminds me of like that live ammo, literally like animals in the gun. And it just had like that little influence that I saw, or I think that might have been a part of it. But it looks really interesting, and I'll definitely be on this. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh wait, did we rate the Summer Game Fest show?
I don't think we did actually.
I don't think we did. Oh yeah, let's backtrack just a quick second. If you're about to say rate this shit 5 stars still. But I'm saying out of 10 Summer Game Fest, I'm giving it like a 6.5. It's like C territory, C plus. As a matter of C plus. It didn't have too much shit that put it over the line, but I'm gonna say C plus.
Yeah, I think C plus is fair. If it would have had like at least one more big showing of a game that I was interested in, I would give it a B minus or something. But like C plus seems fair. Like there are games that are cool, but I'm not super interested in. Like it wasn't terrible, but it also didn't like make me jump out of my seat, except for one game.
Facts. Yeah, it was like, there was some shit there. Of course, like the Ninja Turtles game, I'm on that. It's a skip. I mean, some of these that weren't like too novel. Like we've seen some of this before. Like Witchfire, I'll give that. That's 2. Let's see, Honkai and Zenless Zone Zero, I'll give that as 4. American Arcadia is 5. Callisto I won't count because we saw some stuff earlier. We saw some stuff in another showcase before that. And I'd say Dark Tide, that's like 6 games I got shown, and I'll count 7 for Last of Us, but that's like 7 out of like 21 announcements. It's like a third. So I would definitely say C territory is probably appropriate.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's fair. Aziz. All right, back into the Xbox show and moving forward. So it wasn't really a game, but it got announced that we have a new partnership basically between Xbox Game Pass and Riot Games. So their catalog is coming to Xbox Game Pass and specifically PC and mobile. It wasn't mentioned in the, the commercial for PR reasons, but whatever. But the inclusions will include League of Legends. So they'll have all champions unlocked for League of Legends if you get it through the Game Pass. League of Legends Wild Rift, you'll have all champions unlocked. For Legends of Runeterra, Foundation's deck set will be unlocked. For Teamfight Tactics, the Little Legends will be unlocked. And for Valorant, all agents will be unlocked through a Game Pass subscription. Thoughts on this?
This is actually fucking insane. All of these unlocks are like big money, specifically the League of Legends. I did the math, and it's like $600 worth of free stuff. Mind you, you can get League characters for cheap and in-game currency, but like as somebody who's never played League because of like the microtransactions and things like that, is literally the best time to get into that franchise. Legends of Runeterra is another game. Like Valorant and League of Legends, that value is insane because both their legends and champions are worth like sometimes $10 like a piece. So getting it for free for just a subscription is kind of crazy. Getting decks from Legends of Runeterra is pretty cool. The Teamfight Tactics, the Little Legends are really cosmetics, to be honest with you. They're not actual characters. They don't have any real effect on the actual game, but hey, free cosmetics is free cosmetics. We love that. And again, same thing with like Wild Rift. All of this is a crazy value. The only thing I don't like is like you said, like they specifically didn't mention for PC and mobile. They also specifically didn't mention a release time because I thought when they announced it that this was going to be soon. This isn't happening for another year, which is kind of whack because like it's not like League of Legends isn't already out, and it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you can't like just be like, hey, link your account or whatever. So I kind of wish they would have held on to this until it was out because that would have made people buy Xbox Game Passes instantly.
Yeah, immediately. You're not wrong.
Instantly would have done it. But now they're like, no, we gotta wait for that to come out, and it's like, all right, cool. When is that gonna be? Because they never gave us a hard date, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. But yeah, they could have left it in the pressure cooker a little bit longer. And I know that was PR for them specifically not mentioning PC and mobile. But I understand. A part of me understands because most of this the player base on this is PC and mobile. It's not too many console people on that stuff. Maybe they'll roll out the console and this kind of like a taste test for some people. But I know the main audience is definitely for those PC players and again those mobile players, and that's like a global format. This is definitely for like Eastern markets that still play League of Legends heavily, that still play Valorant heavily, Wild Rift and stuff like that. This is a global, like this is a different move. Like this is a real business move, I would say. And I did a full video on this breaking down like what I think about it on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Shout out that Man Tripp YouTube channel. Shameless plug. But yeah, pretty much the premise was just this is really, really big. And I think it's going to pay dividends when it actually drops. So, you know, kudos to them for making this deal happen.
For sure. I fully think this is nuts. Like I would never have expected this.
Mm-hmm. Facts, bro. You better keep reminding people though. You better keep reminding people, or we gonna not remember that it's even in this bitch.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. But next up, we got an extended look at more of the Plague's Tale sequel, Requiem End of Innocence, with more aggressive takedown capabilities and rat gameplay. Nah, not Apex Legends ratting, but just actual like hordes of rats doing some bullshit. It's kind of crazy. I mean, how'd you feel about this real quick?
I never even played the first one, and sure, like if you're hyped for this, then go crazy.
Yeah. Again, this is another instance. I need to play the first game before I even touch this one. So it looks actually really cool, but I need to go play the first one to even understand what's going on. So
Yeah.
fair, hold that, and we'll spin the block. We'll spin the block. Don't worry about it. What's it called? Forza Motorsport. Yeah, some new ray tracing, man. More realistic damage to cars and new vehicles to race with, man, including golf carts, man. Forza Motorsport, we're back.
That was way too long. Like you could have just flashed that. You could be like Forza Motorsport showed us a quick like 10-15 second trailer, but you guys talked about it. Very unnecessary. Mostly just because all the footage that was shot was not on Xbox. It was on PC. So it's like, yeah, we know PC graphics are gonna be fucking insane. Like sure, dude. Who has these monster PCs to be running this game at the highest quality?
Yeah, and I will say, for the fact that you guys show the graphics of the ground, gravel, and flowers, you get a pass from me. I'm not playing Forza Motorsport, bro. I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. This looks great, but it's not for me. It's not for my audience, bro. But y'all got it though. Y'all got it. Speaking of not for my audience, the 40th anniversary of Microsoft Flight Simulator is upon us, and they showed a whole bunch of new aircraft to fly, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that sperm plane was still funny to me. I will never not laugh at that. That joint looked like a straight sperm flying through the sky. And then they also included the Pelican from the Halo franchise. Yes, that heavy ass Pelican. You can be suborbital with it. You can fly through the skies. The update is now out. How did you feel about this?
Man, I didn't care. Sure. Again, way too long.
Well, yeah, way too fucking long, bro. This shit could have been like 20 seconds. Just show off the Pelican. Cool. Shout out to y'all, though. Shout out to 40th anniversary. Shout out to Microsoft Flight Simulator. My computer cannot run that shit. Anyways, Overwatch 2, their free-to-play trailer dropped, and we got new viewpoints of the characters, including a new one named the Junker Queen, running the map with a large battle axe and a shotgun. The early access period for the game drops October 4th, and the game is set for release October 22nd. When? How you feel?
I'm actually kind of excited for this because I actually was a fan of the Overwatch 2 beta. I'm happy that they're releasing a second beta, and I'm happy that they announced a release date because that's what's really important. I'm assuming the release date is for just the PvP, but we will see because they didn't show any. They haven't showed any of the PvP in a while, so I'm still like hesitant on that. But if they just release the new PvP game modes, I think that'll hold people over until the newest, like the 2 drops.
Okay, fair. I don't know shit about it, but I might be in there for that early access, man. You know what I'm saying? Or unretire myself from the Overwatch beta career, and we'll see what's popping. Okay, these next few are gonna be some skips, so just be incoming, man. We're gonna give one word association for some of these, bro. So y'all be prepared in the interest of time. Aura History Untold, the turn-based historic strategy game coming day one for Xbox Game Pass and PC. Skip. ESO, Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, the expansion with new mounts such as the Collector's Edition coming June 21st.
I have a job, don't have time.
That'll count for me. Skip. Fallout 76. The expansion trailer showed the return to the Fallout 3 location, The Pit, coming in September.
It's The Pits.
I don't even got a word for you. That shit out. Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC. Now, again, like, what's it called? It's coming from Forza Horizon 3. We had that Horizon DLC. We had the Hot Wheels DLC, new cars, new tracks, new zany ways to kind of go flipping through loop-de-loops and all shit like that. How do you feel?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's a pass for me unless I get it downloaded on Game Pass and I need to run some people off the field. Like, I might come in to bust somebody's ass, but otherwise I'm cool. It's dropping in July though. Shout out to y'all. Arc 2, another cinematic trailer that showed no gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Vin Diesel said, however, any real gamer is excited for Arc 2 as he was drifting on a fucking dinosaur. You know, he's starring in the game and he's apparently bringing the series to TV and movies. So, I mean, how do you feel?
Family is the only thing that comes to mind.
And that's all it needs to be said, baby. That's all it needs to be said. And Scorn had to get some holy water out for this, but Scorn got a brand new trailer showing off all the gory looks and gritty gameplay of the world. People were stuffed in boxes. This man had to pull an umbilical cord out that looked mad wild. But it's releasing October 21st, 2022. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, it looks cool.
All right. Yeah, fair. I'd say nasty. That's my one word. That shit look nasty, boy. I tell you that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this man pulled his whole umbilical cord. That's nasty, dog. Anyways, but it looks interesting. I'll give y'all that. Just pour some holy water on the update before y'all drop it. All right. Let's slow down for a half second. And the Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, that came through next, and it showed off all this, this world at war, battling the trenches type of, I guess just world building in this mystical land. And the protagonist Nor was getting at work in with her gun, her axe, and her pet, fighting its variety of enemy types and bosses. Man, this was giving real like God of War vibes off to me. It's releasing in early 2023. How did you feel about this one?
This actually looks pretty nuts. I'm excited for it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. It looks like God of War a little bit, and it's a good thing. That's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I hope she gets a lot of the main character, the main protagonist. She gets a whole lot of voice lines to really voice out who she is and how she interacts with the world. I hope we really get to flesh out that and her relationship with her pet, with her Enki. So I'm really looking forward to this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them replying back to, to me on Twitter and whatnot. I see y'all out there. But no, regardless of that, it looks really cool. The enemy types look really have good variety. The bosses look actually really interesting. Pretty good setups. Yeah, man, I just want to get my hands on it at this point. Now that I've seen the gameplay for sure, and I know like what it looks like and what it's gonna be, it looks super slick. It looks really slick, and I can't wait to get into it.
No, yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a cop. That's a cop for real. All right, let's go a little bit shorter. Minecraft Legends, the action strategy game where you're basically commanding an army of underlings to go against the hordes of the Nether, build defenses, and actually jump into battle. Possibly, because it kind of looked interesting. I'll say a possibly for me. Hold on to that.
I don't hate it. It's just I'm not a huge Minecraft fan.
Yeah, I mean, neither am I, but I'm not gonna lie, it still kind of looked interesting. I will say that it's like Siege, bro. Like not like Rainbow Six Siege, but like an actual siege of something in like the medieval days or some shit. Look really pretty cool. All right, next up we had Lightyear Frontier. It's like a mech farmer. Literally, it's just like Stardew Valley, just with mechs. 3-player co-op. Just again, no violence, really, just exploration and farmers in the simulation. How you feel about that one word?
I actually like that. I'm actually getting that.
Plants is my one word. I'm not getting that, but plants, yes, yeah, nice, fair. Gunfire Reborn got shown off, and that's a 4-player co-op shoot 'em up with roguelike elements, and that's set to come with a few different classes and a pretty colorful art style as well. It's releasing October 22nd to October 2022, rather. How do you feel about that?
It's good. It's actually a good game. I have the early access. It's pretty gas.
Oh, nice. I got to get into it. One word I give, it's Borderlands, but in a good way. I'm not mad at that. Again, the animal like art style and stuff like that, I'm cool with. I'm down with that. And yeah, definitely. I'll be into it. Let's see where we are. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Basically, it's like a Metroidvania style game with a lot of detective plot. It's basically this dude finds his dead father and kind of goes into his consciousness and deals with a lot of dark spirits that are around the area, around his father's death. Really cool gameplay elements. Reminded me a little bit of like Little Nightmares in like how the game was kind of, I guess, directed and how it looks. A little bit of Don't Starve, like a tiny bit of Don't Starve in there. Some like the dark colors and whatnot. Yeah, spring 2023 release. How do you feel about that one?
Sure. I think it's okay. It's not really my bag though.
Yeah, it's not my bag, but I say I definitely try this one. I actually like the art of this, and it looks really cool. I was surprised at this. I will definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next up, As Dusk Falls. So it's a narrative-focused game supporting a cool rotoscoped art style with about 8 players in an interactive story system multiplayer experience. Drops July 19th. One word on this.
Interesting. I don't know what the fuck how this is gonna work, but interesting.
Content. Yeah, that's my
like
one
if
word.
I got the homies, maybe.
If it's 8 people, I don't know how it even work, but that's content. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued off of that. Next up, we had Pentiment coming from Obsidian Games. It's basically a medieval crime narrative. Kind of feels like an old point and click type of adventure on the PC. Has some dialogue lines, which you're basically an artist who's trying to solve your friend's case. He got perceived to be a murderer, but you know your friend's innocent, or you believe your friend's innocent. You're trying to find out the killer. The time frame spans over 25 years, and you're trying to connect these different incidents together in some type of, I guess, crime thriller in a medieval setting. One word to describe Pentiment.
Cool.
Solitary. I would play this by my lonesome. I would play this by my lonesome and just chill out. Like, that's like one of them old point and click joints I just had to like think through and stuff. And I wouldn't be on stream for this. I don't think I'd be on stream for that. Next up, we had Ereban Shadow Legacy. Basically, it's a stealth platformer. You're starting to take on an army of robots from the shadows. Some real fast and slick platforming action, along with, again, like some area scanning, a lot of again stealth tactical things. Looked really cool. Different art style. I liked the art direction of this 2023 release. How did you feel about Ereban Shadow Legacy?
It's pretty. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, intrigued. That's my one word. Give me intrigued. I like this. I like this a lot, and I would definitely try it. All right. Diablo 4. I will give you the floor for a couple of minutes on this, because I'm like, that's a lot of shit. This is a lot of shit, man. We got a whole lot of Diablo 4 talk. We got the new Necromancer class. We got deeper customization, no linear paths in an open world map, 150 plus dungeons, world bosses, in-world real-time events, extensive endgame dungeons, Paragon boards and items, PvP areas, a shared world crossplay and cross progression is dropping on all platforms soon. Damn. Win, go ahead.
I'm actually a huge Diablo fan, and I think that this is kind of nuts. I really can't wait for this game. I've been watching this since it got announced a while ago. I'll see, because it's still a Blizzard game. And Diablo 3 had a really shaky start, but this is exactly what I would want, because when I played Diablo, I remember hating having to do the story. But after you beat the story, there's like an adventure mode that lets you just grind your character out, and that's what I wanted. And doing that from the jump sounds amazing. So I'm really excited for this.
Wow, I'm not the biggest Diablo fan. It's not that I don't like the series. I just never played them as extensively as other people. But this looks really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, again, the open world, just how you could traverse it. Again, the shared world looks really, really awesome. Cross-play, cross-progression. There was like a thing where, like, if you're in a PvP space and you kill somebody, you basically like become like this loot pony or whatever, and everybody chases after you with their skills and shit. That's a really interesting concept as well. I like how that's coming. I like how that was shown off. But yeah, if there's a Diablo I give a shot, I give Diablo a shot, and if I like it, I kind of go backwards and see what else is going on.
Yeah, I don't even think, like, the way this game is looking, this might be the only Diablo you need to play, like the way it's looking.
Fair, hey, fairsies, man. But strike me as interested. Cool. Moving forward, we got, cut you down a little bit, but Sea of Thieves season 7 ship update. Give me one word.
We should all get on that.
I am down, but my word is late as shit.
Yes.
As shit. Y'all late.
Yes.
Not even Kanye West good song late. That's like gone, bro. Y'all late as hell, and y'all awkward late. Y'all come in, y'all breathing all heavy and shit, your clothes all sweaty. That's that type of late. Now, you ain't even come in, stroll in cool and shit. Fix up, but I still want to play the game though. I ain't gonna lie. Just cause of the homie content experience. Hey, that's a whole nother idea for another day, bro. Y'all need to hear all that right now. All right, moving on to Ravenlock. Ravenlock is an animated blocky style take on Alice in Wonderland. Again, action-packed game, looking really, really solid. Combat, smooth, a lot of boss rush types of things. How do you feel about it, man?
It looks cool. Like, sure. That's what I'm gonna say. Sure, that's my word.
Sleeper. That's my word. I think.
It might
I
be.
think. I think this is gonna be a sleeper. It actually was really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the combat might be a little bit sleeker than people are seeing at face value. And this one really interested me. That's definitely in my top. It's probably in my top 10 or top 10 or top 8 for games that are shown off across all these conferences so far. Ravenlock is definitely in that conversation for me.
Yeah, I agree. It could be dope. I just
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gonna see about it. Drop in 2023, so we'll find out. Cocoon, the Onion Vagina game. Oh, shout out Jay in the chat, bro. So it's like some sci-fi puzzle game set in like an alien planet. Cool visuals. Again, the Onion Vagina, shouts to them. Set for 2023 release. How you feel about that?
I think this is a sleeper. I
Yo,
actually
you think that's a
this
sleeper?
game's gonna be good. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Onion is my word. And if I could choose a secondary one, it would be difficulty. I'm not doing puzzles, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not doing puzzles like that. I'm not doing this puzzles. It looks great though. It looks great, but I will definitely watch a hella people play it. Oh my goodness, not the Unyussi, bro. Oh my gosh, these guys in the chat are wild. But yeah, I think it looks great though. I think it really does look great. But yeah, I'm like shrug, but it could be a sleeper. I can definitely see it. Okay, moving down to Wolong Fallen Dynasty. It's coming from Team Ninja. Wolong is set during the time of the Chinese Three Kingdoms, with mythical and historical references from the time period making an entrance. Seems to be, again, based on that singular play that we saw in the trailer. Coming 2023. How do we feel about that one?
We'll see. It looks like it could be good, but I need gameplay.
Yeah. If it's gonna be like a Hyrule Warriors type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that type, I don't know how I feel about any more of those. But I will say this though. Some niggas was hating on me because I said Lu Bu in the trailer, and they was like, "Oh, Lu Bu, that's not Lu Bu. What do you mean you talking about? Are you stupid?"
No,
but it was actually, it's actually Lu Bu on the horse. I was like, yeah. Fuckers. I just want to get that point in there, but I need more. I will say this. Elaboration. That's my one word for this. All right. Getting down to the last 3 of this conference, we had a huge surprise reveal that the Persona series is coming to Xbox and PlayStation as well in a later update that they said on the timeline, but we're gonna ignore that for now. They have Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royale coming in to the fray. Now, I said PS5. Wow, stupid. Persona 5 Royale is coming October 21st, with others coming at a later date. But Persona 3 and Persona 4 they're coming to console. What's going on? Well, updated console. What's going on?
Late. They should have did this. Persona 4 has been on PC for like a year now. Persona 5 has been on PS5. Well, Persona 5 should have been on PC. I want to say no later. It should have been like maybe 6 months after 4. But P5 is probably the best JRPG I've ever played. So I'm excited for people to tap into it. Very excited for this actually.
Hey, motherfuckers was on the timeline going nutty. I was surprised I even saw this at an Xbox conference. I'm like, nigga, what happened to State of Play? I thought y'all. I was 100% not expecting this to even show up, but very interesting. Motherfuckers was going batshit berserk over 3 Portable. You know what I'm saying? I seen some people. There was some real expletive things that they want done to them because they heard this shit, and I'm like, they're really excited. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Persona. Shout out to Xbox for making that. That's a really interesting move. But yeah, that was cool. My one word is nice. All right, second to last. This is a short announcement, but out of nowhere, this man Phil Spencer standing there like, we need the most creative minds. And we were working with the most creative minds on a special announcement. Then out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, Wen's favorite guy, Hideo Kojima, comes out the cut and announces that Xbox and Kojima Productions are working on a game that Kojima, quote, says he always wanted to make. Now, thoughts on all this news? What's going on, man? Your guy, Kojima,
If I had to give it words, it'd be blue balls. Because every time I see this man's face, it's always like, hey, I still got a job. And it's like, thanks, Kojima. Love that.
I stay with a bag. I stay with a bag.
I just secured a bag.
See you next time for updates.
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool.
Hey man,
And then it's like,
listen.
he posts like, and then he'll post a picture on Twitter of him and Michael Bay. Like, what the fuck's going
Facts.
on over there?
Doing some random shit. I'm like, hey, yo, listen.
What are you
He
doing?
loves movies, bro. He loves movies, man. You gotta let him be. You gotta let him be. But I will say this real quick. Actually, really interesting. He confirmed on Twitter that, hey, listen, this by no means like removes the relationship he has with PlayStation. So he's on both sides of the field, guys. Let's relax. He's not going nowhere.
Hey, I got 2 bags.
But it was funny to talk shit and meme about him being on the Xbox show. I will say that it was hilarious to meme on it. But yeah, Kojima was making a game. I'm assuming it's going to be exclusive for Xbox though. And if it's something that he always wanted to make, a quick guess, what do you think it is?
It might be Zone of Enders, but I feel like, I don't know if he was a huge fan of that game, but I know he did make Zone of Enders. It could be like a reboot of that, but I don't know if I don't know if he owns the rights to that. I honestly, the thing is with Kojima, I can never guess. I don't even want to take a guess. I think if he's gonna remaster or bring anything from his past, it might be Zone of Enders, but I can't put a fucking, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the basic bitch. I'm just gonna say, listen, there's too much evidence that's been floating around with this Overdose, that horror game that he was trying to make, that was like flooded with these elements. And again, they said there's something about the cloud that was gonna be involved with it as well. So I mean, my guess would definitely go to that horror element style game that he's always wanted to do, but it kind of got ripped from him at some point. I feel like that might be a direction where he's going towards.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, crazy. Lastly, we had the final piece of the show. It was Starfield time. You know what I'm saying? We got an extended look of everything that was going on, including the grounded space exploration, the gunplay, the fraction of the life we will encounter in the game. Slight voice crack. Deep customization to player builds, skill systems, weapon loadouts, and to your own spaceship even. It was real deep. Flying and dogfighting with created spaceships, and a figure of over 1,000 planets that are fully explorable within the game's several systems. Now, Todd Howard went on Twitter to say after the show that there's no transition/seamless travel of ground to space flight. Allegedly, there's going to be 20% larger main quest line from other Bethesda games, about 30 to 40 hours, and 4 major cities to explore in the game with more handcrafted content than ever before in the history of their games, whatever that means. Now, it's coming 2023, of course. What do you think about Starfield, man?
I think that this game is going to, if it wants to beat out No Man's Skies for Space Game of the Year or whatever, that story's got to be sick, because like one more update to No Man's Skies and I'm not going to care about Starfield. You know what I'm saying? It's got to work too. That's the biggest thing, is that Bethesda games are known not to work out of the gate. So 1, let's see how well it works. 2, let's see what the mod support is, because that's another big Bethesda draw. And 3, that story's got to be sick, because the gameplay did not wow me. It looked like Fallout 4 gameplay on like in space. Like that's just what I was given. Like just an RPG shooter, nothing crazy. I'm not seeing any crazy things. Like, it just looked like guns, no problem. Like that's cool. But like the jetpack was cool. But again, like that's a mod you could do in fucking any Fallout game. Like it's nothing crazy. So we'll see. I was not blown away, and I honestly I feel like this could have been better. I don't know. Like I was just like, okay, but we kind of already have this game. We already have No Man's Skies.
Yeah. I was in between two minds. First, I was like, some of those parts definitely look rough. It definitely is in the Bethesda vein of Ace. These frames need to get a little bit up there though. There's some things that need to be worked out, some kinks that need to, looked over again. But I will say this. I can see the scale they're going for, and the delay was completely warranted. I think they need to take as much time as they possibly can. They need to take 100% like as much time as possible, or else this is like a Cyberpunk thing waiting to happen again. So the fact that they made the decision to take the delay to 2023 was completely warranted. It's completely justified and vindicated, because the scale, when you think about it, the scale of what they're doing, they have to make sure everything is in order for every single planet and every single system. And that's 1,000 planets. If you didn't hear it the first time, 1,000 planets, you can land in damn near any spot and see all the, all the settlements, all the different little areas, these different towns, these different little things that you might miss. They have to make sure that game is as polished as possible. This cannot be an open you game you crash. This cannot be that. This can't be a 15 frame per second type of shit. This can't be that. It has to come out damn near on the money, especially from a technical standpoint. Now, from everything else, again, you're right. The narrative has to be insane, which I think the narrative will be good. I just don't know how far it's going to expand and how far it'll kind of take you. And that's the part of the I think they're purposely keeping it floaty, and they want you to kind of like, you know, delve into that yourself when you get into it. So I'm not going to knock that there, but I will say everything else looks enticing. I just want them to deliver on it. Like the spaceship exploration, I've been training my whole life for this. Gummy ship vibes. We here. Like, if I can make anything close to an X-Wing or some shit like that from Star Wars, I will be livid. That would be fantastic. The customization, Black hairstyles, make sure I review that, make sure you get that right. But the customization, even down to the walk, looks insane. Like, that looks pretty deep. Again, the quest line that says going to be 30 to 40 hours, which is pretty reasonable. On top of the exploration, it's going to be like 150, 200 hours if you complete everything, or like you're going for all that stuff. So plenty of stuff to do. Quest lines, I really don't have any usual problem with it. The character models, stuff like that, like the face things, they look really updated, look really cool. Everything so far is pointing towards I am gaining a bit of anticipation for this, but you guys, it's just the reminder that you guys have to nail it. You have to nail this, especially from a technical standpoint, and make sure it runs. It has to run well on day one. It has to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's priority, making sure every bug is, or as many bugs as possible are fixed, and the game comes out in as solid a technical standpoint as possible. That's my gripe. But everything else looks really good. I will say that everything else looks really promising. I just want to see them deliver. You know what I mean? There's some things that, you know, will be inconsequential in time. Like, oh, you can't go like No Man's Sky from Earth or your planet to the sky. Like, I feel like people aren't gonna, they said it. They're like, some people don't care about that as much. And I tend to agree. Some people might not even care. Of course, they're gonna use it as a point of comparison, but if you get down to the nitty gritty and focus on these core aspects of your game that you want to nail, you know what I'm saying? The exploration of the world, the characters, their character and customization. People, it won't matter. All those other, you know, doubts and shit, they'll fall to the wayside. But I need them to lock in because I want this game to be good. I want to be lost in a Bethesda game again. I want that Skyrim feeling again. You know what I'm saying? I will be dumb if I said I wouldn't want that ever again in my life. That's fucking stupid. I want this game to be like fucking crazy. I want this game to be insane. But it's just going to take that time between now and that 2023 release. I hope it's a holiday 2023 release, give them as much time as possible to nail it and make sure it's good.
Facts. I agree with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Damn, that was heartfelt. That came from the heart right there, Bethesda. You see what I'm doing for you? It's from the heart, man. Give me a sponsorship or something, dog. Anyways, total grade lettering of the Xbox game showcase.
B-.
Yeah, I would have said a B-. I would have said B-, B. Didn't get as much gameplay, but again, the format of the show, they now have it on lock. Shut the hell up for the majority. Only have max 5 to 6 people talk on the show at one time. Literally, that's it. Nobody talk. Except for Phil Spencer for an announcement, somebody talking about a segue to an announcement, or you have Sarah Bond just being Sarah Bond. That's literally it. You can do whatever you want. Just keep gameplay, just pack it all in, and have a few people do what they do. That's literally all you need. I think the format, they've done well. The games, not enough gameplay in it for me. Just show me the regular gameplay trailer, but of course we're backed up on that. B-. Definitely B- territory. Could have been a better show, but I think they still had a really solid outing. For me, better than State of Play. And I think definitely better than Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So before we get on out of here real quick, I just wanted to kind of go through a couple superlatives and stuff that I wanted to give out. So I'd say sleeper game of all these shows, the most anticipated / favorite game of the show, and then the conference of the season so far. Yes, Nintendo's probably not here. They might do this shit at the end of the month. Whatever. When they show up, that's when they show up. We'll talk about them. So give me your sleeper game of the shows.
Sleeper game of the show. I think that my sleeper game was probably the Plucky Squire, even though like they didn't really show a lot. I just thought that like blew my mind. I was not expecting something like that. Nothing else really like gave me that excitement. Everything else is like, oh, this is cool, but like I kind of expect this from you guys. And you said sleeper of the show, most anticipated. Game. it'd probably be Dark Tide for me because that's like no, actually it might be Diablo because Diablo was showing some gas. So either Dark Tide or Diablo between the two, and overall
Conference of the
game
seasons. Yep.
conference of the season, it was for sure Devolver's second conference. Like under it, I think it was Guerrilla Collective because like that was one that I
Yep.
watched on Saturday, and that one I think did a really good job. Where like we don't talk a lot, we're showing you games, and that's my
Facts.
favorite thing in all these conferences is here are games, and even sometimes like how Todd Howard was talking about Starfield for like 10, 20 minutes. Even like if he would have been like, here's some gameplay, here's like a trailer of it, that more expanded video is on YouTube. I would have loved that because people who are interested in Starfield can watch it. People who aren't can go about for the rest of their day, kind of thing.
Facts. I agree. 100%. I would say my sleeper of the game shows, it came from the Black Voices in Games and the OTK games. Samurai Zero. If y'all have not seen that game, please go check that game out. I played it like early access, so like a few months back. Like it was super fun. I want to get everybody in growth on it. I want to get everybody in it. It's like a super competitive, like a hack and slash fighter type of game. It's mad dope. I will say definitely check that out. That's my sleeper game of the shows. My most anticipated is it's split it in two. It's either the Plucky Squire or Flintlock. Those are two of my those games stood out. Awesome standouts. Maybe I might edge the Plucky Squire slightly because it just looked fantastic out the gate, but both of those were definitely my considerations. And conference of the season, I'm giving to Devolver Digital, man. They were funny throughout. It was 20 minutes. They showed some heat. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff looked really interesting. Even if I didn't want to play all of it, it looked actually intriguing. So for that, I would give them first prize. Second, I might tend to agree. I might edge Xbox as second because they had a good showing. I think they had a good showing, and again, they have firmly confirmed that they are sticking to the format of shutting the fuck up and letting most of these games talk. At least, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And when we have more gameplay in these trailers, I'll give them a higher grade. But I think for right now, they're getting to a good groove. They're getting to a good sweet spot. Shout out to the honorable mentions, Black Voice and Gaming Show. Shout out to the Guerrilla Collective shows. But yeah, that's all I got on the show notes, man.
Yeah. I think it was a pretty solid showing. E3 would have not made this better. It would have been the same fucking shit. So I don't want to hear shit from anybody.
Facts.
And all we got to look forward to now is the games that are releasing and the award show. And I'm excited because I no longer have to fucking check my phone and check my timeline for fucking updates every 3 hours. Like I can let things slowly come out. It's a great time now.
Literally, we've passed the hump. All the hecticness is pretty much done. It might be a couple of other spare announcements here and there, and then we'll get to Gamescom in the summer, at the end of the summer, I mean. Then we'll get to all these other, other different shows and Tokyo Game Show and whatnot in the fall. It's gonna be an interesting time, but we've made it over the majority of the hump. And yeah, man, we here. Shout outs to a pretty decent season. Games are dropping, so if you think gaming is boring right now, you damn lying. Any final notes before we get up out of here for the day?
Drink your water and download your demos.
Facts. Hey man, make sure you guys rate this 5 stars on all platforms. Make sure you go to Apple, make sure you go to Spotify, make sure you go to Stitcher, Google Podcast, go to Anchor, rate us 5 stars, share us around, man. No cooldowns on the way up. We got the new format. If you're watching the video version, this new format looking kind of sleek. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of work into this whole. Again, shout out to our guest, King. You know what I'm saying? Secret weapon of No Cooldown podcast. Of course, shout out to him. He will be back in another episode. We're definitely planning as the format of the show gets bigger and better. We're definitely having more guests on here. You know what I'm saying? This third slot, we're trying to fill up more often than not. So yeah, man, listen, you're going to be really, really, really in for some treats. No Cooldown. We back on the schedule. Show us some love, man. Follow us on Twitter, at No Cooldown Pod. Follow WenEazy on Twitter. WenEazy on all social channels except for YouTube. Go to Wotaku channel for that. For me, ThatManTripp on all social channels. And yeah, man, E3 would have been the same thing. That's all I got for this episode, man. And without further ado, No Cooldown's gone, but we are out of here.